Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are live here at the BPL down in Terranure Badminton Centre in Dublin. With as you see, a new setup today. We've got a fifth stream going, so you will be able to join myself and Craig McCourtney for the action to hear our commentary. And we might have another player actually joining us, Daniel McGee. And he will be able to give us some on-court insight from playing tonight. So I think what we're going to be doing now, we just after a quick introduction, Craig will just give us a very quick breakdown of the table at the moment. I think it's really, really tight at the top. The idea that this is the penultimate night and it's still this close, it's still anyone's game. So Craig will just do a quick rundown of the table and then we'll jump right into the action.
Yeah, so it's really, really tight at the top, Brian. We've got Mount Pleasant Mavericks are top of the table at the moment on 24 points, followed by Aylesbury Falcons, who are closely behind with 21 points.
Ooh.
Then you have Pembroke Panthers, only 1 point behind Aylesbury on 20, followed by Racket Raptors on 19 points. And then also on 19 points, you've got South Dublin Spartans. So it is really, really tight on the table. And also you've got the Dynamite 21s on 5 points.
There we go. Well, the 21, definitely everything to play for, a point to prove tonight. They'll not be giving anything away for free. They know that they could spoil the hopes and dreams of any of the teams that they play, so they'll definitely be looking to ruin someone's party. So as you see, we're just going to have a quick look from our all courts cam just to give you an idea of what we'll be looking at today. And then we'll be going into picking our first match. So as you can see, we have a all courts set up, streaming live right now. So I believe we will be going for the men's singles action to start with, which is on our court 3. So that's what we'll be commentating on first. So if you wanted to watch any of the other matches, maybe you have friends or you'd like to see some men's doubles to learn from, then please, we have streams set up for that. However, we will be moving across right now to court number 3. So yeah, everything working is good. So we will be start commentating from this court. And here we go. Let's see what we got. So it's 2-all. Just joining us at the start of the action. Nothing much to take it into too. So Craig, from these players, having seen these players before, and played with some of these guys, what do you think? How would you predict this one to go?
It's going to be a very tight match. These two players actually played each other recently in the All-Ireland Grade A competition. Right. And Azar Zayed in the black shirt came out on top.
For the Raptors, okay.
So this game could be quite tight because that was a 3-set game the last time they played.
Right.
So this could go either way.
Lovely. And also, as anyone not familiar with the BPL format, this is a best of 5 up to 11. So the losing a set really isn't that big of a deal in this. So momentum, you see a lot of momentum swings in this because even if you lose a set, it's a very quick. You get a break, you get to regroup and gather yourself, try some new tactics. So you see still 3-4 in this one. Little net exchange. Ooh. Tried to be a little bit too tight with that one. So 4-all, still nothing in this one. Nothing in this at the moment. Looked a little short on that serve and was put away, punished.
So remember, we've got Sean Patrick Loretta on this side. So young, upcoming player.
Yes.
And then we've got Azar Zayed for the Racket Raptors on the far side.
A little more veteran in this case.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little more veteran. Now, both still now I believe they're both very young players. I think Saeed for the Raptors is still... Yeah. Could be early 20s. Yeah, early 20s. Despite the stylish beard growth, designer stubble that he is sporting today, still deceptively young. A little bit too eager with that. I suppose you could call that a smash punch clear out the back. Still full first set. Probably still trying to feel his way into this one. Get the range, get the feel, see how the hall's playing today. If there are any drifts, these sorts of things. Get his range. And
it's in another short lift there.
I think probably felt that he was a little safer lifting it into his backhand. But again, if it's short at this level, it's going to get the treatment. Nice little deceptive shot right there. Ooh, overplayed that one. He had him. He had the Spartan player under the caution, just tried to be too flash with it. Now, I'm all for flashy play, so I support the effort, but just needed to be a little more, give himself a little more room for error there.
Oh, and good shot.
Great smash right there. Again, short lift, up the middle, to put away. So even at this level of singles, you know, the players are really working to get something a little bit short and up in the air. See right here, good length to the corners. Saeed can only really keep that in play, and then gets the soft one, and the Spartan was able to put that away.
So we're 9-7 here. It'll be interesting to see when these players decide to use their power plays over this match. Because remember, using the power play, obviously you're getting 2 points if you win the point, but you're not at risk at losing 2 points if you lose with the power play.
Yeah.
So it's crucial in a match, and it can change the mindset of if you get your 2 points with your power play. It can really change the mindset.
Oh, definitely. It's if you win your power play, you almost feel like you've stolen a point you shouldn't have got. So it's again a great addition to the BPL that we don't see in tournament play is the addition of these power plays. You obviously see power plays in things like I believe the 2020 cricket has power plays and things, where depending on like you have to bring so many fielders in order to give the batters an opportunity to score more runs. It's a very similar concept in the BPL here.
So we've gained point here for South Dublin Spartans.
Oh, I see. Did he just pick up a power play shuttle there? Oh, it's Look, I was a little confused there myself. Oh, power play being used.
Play, yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that the Spartan. You're learning something new every day. I didn't realize the Spartan player I thought you could only do it on your own serve. There you go. Oh, it looked a little bit wide, but plays it in. Got to play it.
That looks out.
Does look out. There we go. First set to the Spartans, the ever so slight underdog in this scenario. However, as you say, this one in the tournament went to 3. So,
yes,
you know, this really is anyone's game. So, again, slight advantage.
It's very different though when you come to this best of 5 to 11 format. It's completely different to playing best of 3 to 21, especially when you add in power play and stuff like that.
Yes.
So this really could go either way compared to when they last played each other. And Azar Zayed won against Sean Loretta in 3.
That was that A grade wasn't very long ago.
No, it was a few months ago.
Yes, I believe it was also live streamed. So again, if you're looking for other events, badminton events, there we have the Badminton Ireland have various events streamed. So you do not fret that you only get to see live badminton on Friday nights. We do stream tournaments as well. Here we go. So the second one, see how this one goes. This one is a little more important, but the big one's always the third set to look out for.
Aye.
Again, just the short lifts in this game are just getting punished.
Loretta tends to hit the shuttle very hard as well when
Yeah,
it's lifted to him.
Yeah. There you go.
And he's got good power.
Just wide. Yeah, and that power seems to be paying off. That is definitely paying off right now. It's getting through. Saeed probably needs to try to mix things up a little bit. That was, again, a good shot, good deception, but just pushes it wide. And now it's a very quick 3-0 lead in this second set. Oh, good net shot. It was great net shots there, and Saeed just really couldn't do much else with it. Probably needs to focus a little bit. Looks a little lost on court, I would say. Again, just rallying around. Yeah, again, just having to take it so late at the net.
It's 4 straight unforced errors now.
Well, yes.
Raptors.
Yeah, very good. Well noticed, well picked up. Ooh. I can't just, it's not. In this set, Loretta is just not really having to do a lot. Just playing it in, keep taking the shuttle early. And that's it. Is nothing special. Nothing, just rallying. Okay, there. Little, as I say that, of course, the commentator's curse. He plays a little bit of a slack point. Probably takes the foot off the gas. It's 6-1. It would take quite the effort for Saeed to come back in this one, but again, one of the things I absolutely love about the Premier League setup, up to 11, it is really you're just not sure what's going to happen next. It's one of the most exciting formats of sports that I have seen anyway.
These two teams in particular tonight is actually crucial points for them because they're both on 19 all on the table, 19 points each on the table. So every match here for these two teams tonight is going to be crucial.
Yeah, so a big result tonight could set them up for the final night of the BPL. This has been the penultimate one. This one can really, you're jockeying for position going into, going around the last couple corners in a race, you could say, if you're in a Formula One fan. So this is really trying to set themselves up for a good position to take the league next weekend, or not next weekend, sorry, the next BPL night. Here we go. Rallying around. Oh, he gets it with the cross court and he gets it with the dive. And unfortunately, as great as the dive looked, it looks amazing. We all love seeing it. Applaud the effort. Unfortunately, this time just wasn't able to do enough with it. And Saeed was able to just dump across court to the lift. A little over aggressive there from the Spartans player, trying to jump the net and ended up getting caught out. So I see Saeed is starting to work his way into this set, get some momentum in this second one, trying to claw back some, maybe just not to give the second set away so easy in that sense. So, nice smash.
Right down the line, that one.
Always fantastic. Always feels so good when you hit a smash like that. You hit that straight down the line.
I feel like Loretta sometimes forgetting that Azar is left-handed.
Yes,
he's getting up into that corner quick on the lift.
Yes, as a fellow southpaw, I can say that I get so much pleasure. The amount of times people hit it smack up my forehand into my hitting zone before realizing, without realizing it, oh, this guy's left-handed is amazing.
You being a left-hander would know that.
Yes, it's so good. It's so good. I absolutely love it. It happens week in, week out without fail during matches that it's supposed when you're just so few players or so few people, you get any profession, so few people are left-handed that it's just natural. It's hard to do.
We're always guessing on the calls on this back line. We can't quite see the back line on our side.
Yeah, we just have to go with the players on this, or sometimes by the looks of the faces on the fans that are watching close by.
It just looked off balance and is around the head corner there, taking that smash on.
It did. No, so we got 98 complete. Again, he was 6-1 down, Saeed, in this set. Managed him to get into rallies. Again, the first couple of points, Loretta for the Spartans just wasn't having to do anything.
Oh, net court there.
Yeah, net court. Paul, it's always one of those. You see it in you see it in tennis. You get the net court, you throw the hand up an apology, but you're not really sorry. It's more of a courtesy thing. Here we go, game point. Make this 1-all. Working the rallies. Trying to just pin him in that. Interesting. Will he go for the power play? Yes, he does. I think this is a good play. I agree with this. Puts it, because now it is game point for both players. And if Loretta can win this, that's 2 love up in the games, and that's a big advantage going into this in this singles, in this opening match.
It's interesting they've used both. Oh, the net cord.
Gets the net cord. See, this is why the power play is so strong. I love seeing it, because under normal format, that lucky net cord, or it could have been skill. Maybe he was aiming for the net cord. We don't know. Normally, that would just bring it to game point all. But in this format, strategically use the power play in order to bring him on the hill. If you're an American pool fan, and that meant that he was able to then take the second set 2 love.
Yeah, good decision there to use the power play, I think. It's interesting. They use the power play in the same time in both matches, I think, at 10-8 down, I think, in both matches.
Oh,
or
yes,
10-9.
right. Yes, you're right, he did.
They used on 9 each time they used power play. And this time it came through for him.
This time
so
it worked.
Good decision.
There you go. So that's something to, if you're having your pickup games with your friends, you could suggest, hey guys, I was watching this thing on Friday night. I got an idea how we can play this. You got 1 power play every 2 sets, say, and see how it plays out. Just play it with your friends, see how it looks. It gives you an extra dynamic, an extra tactical play to use, an extra way to mentally mess with your friends. Adds a little more, add for more bragging rights. Oh, misjudgment there by Saeed. Again, just probably if you're gonna leave a shot like that, I think early in the match is good, just to find your range. That's not something you want to have. You want to have your judgment dialed in by the Certainly by this stage, ideally.
Again, I feel like he was off balance taking that smash in the forehand corner.
Yes, he was kind of scrambling back. Wasn't really. He was
just
a lot of backwards momentum there. And as you said, you pointed out earlier, Loretta, he just loves to just. If he gets an overhead, he's just hitting that as hard as he can.
Oh, another net court.
It's another net cord. Be interesting if we were keeping score on net cords, how that would look. Ooh, nice deception. There we go, mixing it up. There again, as the commentators curse, as soon as we say, "Oh, he's always doing this," goes ahead and switches it up. Yeesh.
Again, we're live on YouTube, Brian, aren't we? So we can keep the comments coming into the,
Indeed,
into
yes,
the section on the
yes.
YouTube.
If you're watching this, please say hi, leave a comment. We do read out comments, and if you have any questions for us, or you'd like to see any particular matches, we do take requests. As I say, on this channel, we do have the ability to cover all 4 courts. So if you're a particular maybe one of your friends is playing or something like that, you want to see them or leave a comment for them, please do so in the comment section below. And we would love to hear from you guys. That's what I posted a couple on the social media, the Facebook, as they call it, is this sort of thing is the way that sports is going to be. Like, see, in 5-10 years, you won't be able to. All live sports will have some sort of interaction, like we are doing right now. I would say so. This is we're ahead of the time here. So you watch this space.
Just drifting that one wide there, around the head corner.
Yeah, it's again. I like his style. I like this guy's style. He just goes for it. Shoots from the hip, as they say. It's great to see. I don't know if I was the team coach, if I would be asking. Oh, that one probably looked out, but he hit it anyway. Oh, he got let off the hook there, out of jail, but ended up to take
5-all.
5-all in this third. Again, this third set. It's all about the third set in this format. So Loretta looking as used. He's not used both parties, so just wide. A little bit ambitious there, I think, on that shot. A little ambitious. But, it's got him this far. It's got him 2 sets to love up, so why would he change his strategy now? Here we go. Oh, the slip, and he manages to recover. That's loose.
Oh, he's put it out the back.
Oh, he did.
He was so quick onto the net, and he just snapped at it a little bit and put it out on the back line.
Yes, I think he saw his name in lights and just forgot his technique, forgot all that coaching that he's received, and just had his name in lights. Oh, brilliant shot. Brilliant net shot.
I've done a bit of coaching with Sean Loretta, actually, and he's a real fighter on court. He will work hard for every point.
Yeah.
So this game is by far not over.
Yes, only 1 point in it. So I like what it's actually a little subtle thing there he's doing is his short serves are much higher. He served one into the net. Especially in singles, it's not as important to
another net court landing in. Just landing in, coming off the net court, landing on the line. That's amazing.
And those are dead. That's
amazing.
Nothing Loretta can do about those.
Amazing.
It's so unfortunate, yes. He's got a couple of those in a row, so I suppose when you're getting this many, you can only put down to skill, I suppose.
It's amazing.
Ooh, brilliant. Brilliant.
He's getting a bit of confidence here.
Yep, so we got a bit of momentum coming right back. So 7-8. Still anyone's game. So Saeed probably just looking to keep as long as he keeps ticking the score over at this stage, probably doesn't want to try and too fancy.
Interesting how aggressive Loretta is when he's serving. If you watch him, how far forward he's standing when he's serving. It's further forward than nearly a man would be standing when he's serving in mixed.
So power play here from Saeed, I believe.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep.
Trying to get one game on the scoreboard.
Trying to get that 3-point lead. 3-point lead is big when it's only to 11.
Here we go. Playing net shots, working around. Here we go. Oh, lifts up the back.
Yeah, small net.
Early in the net shot. Oh no. Oh no, that was his moment. That was it. He's hoping really to get that one. At the. No, he's really going to have to work for it. He's going to have to do it the old-fashioned way and actually win the points. But still, yeah, still the advantage for Saeed.
That is multiple times he's done that in this match.
Yeah. I think it's high risk, high reward for Loretta. It's great for us. It gives us it's lots of content for us.
He's been winning lots of points when he's been building the rally rather than trying to play that winning shot off serve.
Yes.
And a nice round ahead.
Picks up the game. There we go. Here we go. We got some updated match sheets handed to us. Brilliant. So we get to.
Thanks, Phil.
So we shall see.
Vicky Pesty coming on to coach Sean Loretta there.
Very experienced player.
Very. We'll be seeing her play later.
Yes, Vicky will be up. So anyone, Vicky's friends, any comments, any shout outs for her, please let us know.
It'll be interesting now to see how the mentality of Loretta changes now after having lost that game.
Yes, because he had the momentum, everything was going right for him. Now all of a sudden the net cords are going against him as opposed to for him. So see how that one's handled. Because it was interesting now. He's the South Dublin Spartans didn't see the need to come on and coach him on the sets that he won. They're happy just to let him to it, let him see what he's.
So sometimes I agree with that. I think it's if your player's winning and they're in the groove, no point coming on to give them any advice.
Yes, they're in there. They're playing their game. They're doing well. Just leave them to it. Oh, great cross court smash for the winner. Love it. Again, this aggression coming back. But as the thing when you pointed out earlier is that he was in position to hit that smash.
Yeah.
You know, he had time. He was able to set his feet. He was able to put his weight behind it and able to hit the winner. Great net exchange right there.
So I had very early on the net there.
Yes. I think it's Loretta up until this point. I think kind of dominated the net. He's been there taking it early. He's the one playing the shots like right there. He's kind of been dictating things. Again, just wasn't back. He was having to like jump back to get in position for that one. So smash there probably wasn't the best choice.
I have to say the hall's looking great tonight.
It is.
The guys have done a great job of setting it up and a good crowd in as well.
It is indeed. It's always nice to see. That's why a lot of people. You know, the players really love a good crowd. You know, it's something to play for. It makes it exciting. It's a great atmosphere. Just enhances the experience. Oh my goodness, these net cords. These net cords. Oh, he's absolutely loving that. Here we go.
More updates here.
Yes, Connor. It is great to see Craig. It's great to have him on with me on the big screen as well. His name in lights. This is the start of a new and exciting career for him. You never know. Someone from Hollywood's
an Ireland events manager.
There you go. Better promoting you. He's there promoting you, helping you out. Badminton Ireland, very tight knit group, all for one and one for all down there. It's great to see. So here we go, moving. Saeed round the back of the court. Tried to be a little too cute with that net shot. Right, he did everything right in that rally. Just a little slack on that execution. So 5-2, advantage Saeed.
Keep in mind that Zayed has no power plays left, and Loretta has one left, which could prove crucial in this match.
Yes, definitely. So a bit of a slip from Saeed there. Sometimes the players might ask the court to be mopped, but things just able to shake it off. Might have picked up a little niggle on his ankle, so hopefully that is not too serious. That we never want to see a player or matches finished due to players' injuries. In this case, but he looks to be all right. You can just walk it off.
It's okay.
Yep, just shake it off. It won't affect him, I'm sure. So 5-3, still advantage Saeed. So we go, a little short serve, working well for him. Into the backhand, good lift. Oh. We'll have to guess what that one was.
Yeah, he's pumping his fist.
There you go. There we go. So, again, his pop, the short serves in singles don't need to be as tight. You can pop those up, play it safe. Just get it in the court, get the rally started. So unlike tennis, you don't win the point on your serve. You use it to set yourself up, set up the rally to put yourself in an opportunity to attack. Because obviously in tennis, if you tennis, because you get to overhand serve, and also you get 2 of them, so it's much more of an advantage.
We see time after time. Well, a lot of unforced errors overhead from Loretta.
Yeah, I think it's just live by the sword, die by the sword, which again, love watching it, love watching him play. It's great.
Exciting.
It's definitely exciting to play. You just not sure what's going to happen
Exciting.
next. I'm not sure he even knows really what's going to happen next, but it's great to see. So still, that leads now down to only 1 point. But again, it's get the feeling in this match that it's what happens off the strings of Loretta, the Spartan player, that it kind of is dictating this match. It feels like he's almost is spectating the game. He's not necessarily dictating and such. So it's kind of does Loretta hit a winner, or does he hit an unforced error? That's kind of what's dictating the game right now. Oh, it's a good little work the rally nicely there. And Loretta's still impressive, but he's always taking it so early at the net. Normally, that's what really put him in.
Looks out by his facial expression on the far side.
Yes, there's definitely Loretta wears his heart on his sleeve. You never have to guess what he's feeling based on his current emotional or his current body language and mood. Great cross court slice picked up there nicely though by Saeed.
Another
a little bit slack.
How many times have we seen that in this match?
Yeah, normally he's because he's having to rush back. He's making the unforced error, but there he looked to have time. He looked to be in position to hit that one. Maybe just starting to tire a little bit. Maybe after the adrenaline starting to wear off a little bit from the highs of the first 2 sets.
You'll see Zayed when he's serving there, standing more where you would see most men's singles players standing when they're serving. And if you watch Loretta now, he's very high up the court, very aggressive. Look how far up the court he is there.
Yeah.
Sometimes his pressing on the front court, though, is leaving him late on the rear court.
Yes, which is why maybe when he's coming back to those overheads, he maybe seems out of position. That's because he's been cheating up. He's been putting so much pressure on the net to begin with. Whereas Saeed maybe is playing a more traditional singles style, you could argue. Just playing the whole, trying to play the rallies, use the entire court.
3-point lead here for Zayed.
Yeah, I think. Again, you never know with power plays. Again, which is why we like this format so much. So.
Again, I feel like Sean could use his power play at some point soon, especially if he takes this point. I feel like
especially because this, in theory, if he won this power play, it'll bring him to 9-all. But suppose everyone likes to. I feel that. It's interesting if the umpire would have called a let on that one, because technically a shuttle was on the court during the rally. However, due to the positions, the rally was virtually over. I think it would have been hard done by. Yes, I like this play. So this, because
so I suggested I thought he might use it just to put that pressure on Zayed.
Put the pressure on, get him to game point. Try to finish it now, not have to go to a 5th. Oh, nice one. Oh, it's very tight. Oh, brilliant.
Good shot.
Love these power plays. Have to say.
Good choice of time to use it.
Great. Again, it's a lot of strategy, a lot of mind games to do. So technically, if he'd have won that point, he could have used the power play now to get the game point. But then it's
pressure on Zayed
yeah, exactly.
now.
Now the pressure is on. It's game point. So he has to win this point because it is match point for these Spartans. Looked a little short there in that forehand corner, but again, he's happy just to play it. Tight net shots here. That's a great lift though, based on how tight that net shot was. Oh my goodness!
Another net court fire for Zayed.
Another net court. My goodness, that has to be about 4 or 5 now in a row in the favor of Saeed. That's going to sting. I mean, this will really test the mental fortitude of the young Loretta here.
Massive point.
Yeah.
And bear in mind, no setting.
No setting in the BPL. None of this juice for 10 minutes. It's straight in. Everything on the line.
Looked out the back and it's gone to a 5th.
We're going to a 5th. Very exciting
singles here.
Yeah, this again, the amount of matches that we see in this setup that go to 5 sets. It really astounds me every week in, week out. We get 5-set matches. That has to be a testament to how close and how high the level of all of these players are. From bottom to top, every team is stacked with quality. Then also the setup, the format of the BPL allows them to take advantage of the quick swinging momentum. So if you lose a set, it's not the end of the world. It's not a big deal. So it means you always have the opportunity to come back, as we've seen in this match. Again, what I love to see swings like, if 2 sets down brings it back to 2-all. So now 5th one, anyone's game, almost like hitting the reset button. So it'll be interesting to see if Loretta can mentally. I think it's more of a mental test now, because he had match point. He probably should have won it, but there was another net cord from Saeed. Oh, I like what he tried there. He tried the deceptive block, just to wrong foot his opponent, which is not paying off in this instance.
And we see Loretta standing very high up the court again, serving.
Yeah, that is. He's just hunting. He's like, please play a net shot so I can jump on it. Again, that aggression is working in this match. It's very high. It's very high energy style, though. I can see why maybe he's had a little bit of a dip in performance. It's hard to keep that sort of aggression going the whole match.
Well, we've seen it from the mistakes at the rear court.
Yeah, exactly. Him having to cheat back. It's a little more difficult then. He has to cover more ground. He has to be a little quicker. Then when he's hitting the shot, he's not as in position. Cross court. Oh, great net play
Quick
there
on the
from
net.
Saeed. Brilliant. Sounds good to me. Yeah. Right, here we go. 3-1. Nice lift. Smash to the body. Round across. Good to keep the headshot. Ooh, a little bit high on that. A little behind that net shot. And back forcing getting the unforced error. Here we go. Backhand lift in order to keep the pressure on, not wanting to give away the lift. We're at it. Cross court smash. It's brave. Oh, yeah. I think it's Loretta is really taking the net away from Saeed. I feel that the match is swinging basically dependent on how early Loretta is allowed to take it at the net. How quick when he jumps on stuff at the net, the point is practically his. Unforced error from Saeed. This is not when you want to be making those.
It's going to be tough for him now with 5-point deficit here.
5. Now, in fairness, he did do it in this match before. He did do it in the what set was it? Or maybe it's the other way around, so I must be confusing myself. I think it's I could have sworn Saeed was 6-1 down and came back in one of the sets to win it.
Zayed was down in the third
one, that was it.
He did have his power play though in that one, and he used it.
Okay, as they both.
So he could have done with the power play now. So it's interesting. Some players use their power plays early on. Some save them in case it's going to 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, know what you mean. Yes, I suppose that's always the danger, is you can use them to try to get the wins early, and then the tactic you have to weigh up is, if it comes to a 5th set, do you want to have one of those in the bag? Then I suppose always the danger is that you
good attack there.
Yeah, you lose the match having still got power plays in the bag. You've still got bullets in your chamber that you never used in this case.
We've seen in this game though the players tend to use their power play late in each game, whereas other players like to use their power play at love all and get that two love head start.
Yes, to get that advantage. So I think you probably see players using the power plays later, as I think psychologically it has more of an effect later in the set. Does that make sense?
Yes, I agree with you.
That is. So, thank you very much. Fantastic.
Thanks, Phil.
There you go. There you go. Okay. So, brilliant. Thank you very much. We're well looked after here in the commentary box. Just have to be careful not to show too much any unpaid sponsorships. Don't want to feel like there are many types of brands of drinks you can have.
Interesting call here. Zayed seems to think it was in.
I suppose it was close. It's quite heated right now, so it could be anyone's game in that sense.
And of course, remember in BPL, we're not lucky enough to have any line judges, so we have to remember that players are calling their own lines.
Yes, yes. So the umpire will only step in if needed. But again, a complete. Yes, it was popped up there. Saeed, though, completely missed it. They landed right in the middle of the court. So again, the luck is definitely on Saeed's side right now. Oh, that is a tight net shot.
Ah, that's hit the net court as well, that net shot.
Oh, fantastic cross court though by Saeed. Did the cross court hit the net?
No, the straight spin hit the net court.
Okay, right,
and
right.
then
So that's
Zayed missed his cross.
that makes that cross court net shot then brilliant by Saeed. It was that tight.
Nice round the head.
Yes, I think giving Loretta a little bit of a taste of his own medicine there. Short serve, looked for it, looked for the third shot to be aggressive, and ended up catching Loretta off guard. So 7-all in this one. My goodness.
Could be down to the wire here.
It is. This is
another one.
Pressure
just
getting to him just a
drifting
little
out.
bit. Yep. Pressure getting to him just a little. Go for it. Oh, great drop shot. Again, Saeed just all over him. Although Loretta, opportunity to turn it around here with that net play. And the cross court, nobody wanted to lift, but just Saeed playing well when it counts. Now, of course, yes, you could argue that there's been a little bit of he has the run of the luck. There we go. Just a lot of a lot of built-up frustration I felt come out in that smash for Loretta. He was just
bombed that one straight at him.
All that frustration from all those net courts.
It was only going one place.
Unleashed on that smash. There he goes
one.
again.
Looked out. See by the body language again.
Like, there you go. That body language. Never have to guess how he's doing. So, match point, Saeed. See how this one. Oh, nice. Brave play from Loretta, still not letting up the attack, no matter what. Interesting if he tries to switch it, he does. Nice. Good
rally.
There we go. There we go. The crowd appreciating that one, understanding how close the match this is, but still, great play from Loretta. However, it is still match point to Saeed.
One match point saved.
One to go. Love it. So, will the youngster have
one of the toughest serves when you're serving to stay in the game?
Oh, definitely.
In your final set.
It is
a tough serve.
It is. Now
good serve.
Oh, wrong foot a little bit there, and again, this could be. Oh,
that's over.
Great match, have to say, from both players. Though the Saeed, the Raptors player, with what is known as the reverse sweep, so was 2 sets to love down, comes back to win the next 3 sets. Again, see it time and time again in the BPL. That's why I absolutely love this format. Is that you see these big swings of momentum, you're just never sure what's going to happen next.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. So, as we see, we'll have a look and see what action is happening on the other courts. But if there's any other matches you know, anyone listening, if you know there's someone on you want to see, please leave a comment. We'll be more than happy to take requests if you want to see some matches, or even if you have any questions about what's going on, please feel free to come. So let's have a little look. Have a look at all the courts. So we've got a couple of men's doubles on. We'll probably pick up the Falcons 21. Might grab that one on court 1 because there's 2 sets down in that match. So we might have a quick look at court 1 for ourselves and see how this one's going. All right. So looks to be. So we'll go back to court 1 in the GIF in one moment. So it looks to be a comfortable doubles for the team Aylesbury Falcons, which I believe are top of the league right now. So this is, again, it's always going to be a tough match for the Dynamite, but giving them a good...
Oh, Mount Pleasant. We have Mount Pleasant on 24 points at the top.
Oh, sorry, Mount Pleasant. Aylesbury second.
3 points behind on 21.
Yeah, close. So again, everything to play for in this format. Every single match counts throughout the season, which is great. Again, so it's always incentive, no matter how the current match is going, to always try to win your games. A little bit slack by Joe there, but I think it's giving the scoreline. You can maybe forgive the more casual more casual approach to that one.
We didn't get to see the first game on this court, but I can tell you that Anastasia Bogoslova beat Bethany Wong to give Dynamite 21 a 1-0 lead.
Okay, so 1-0 to Dynamite. Interesting. Do you have you don't have scores on that one, do you? Or
Don't have scores on that one, no.
no, I'm sure we'll get someone to figure that one out for us. But I'm sure it was a great match in this. So we'll probably watch the end of this one, and then we will again go to our interactive court selection screen to decide what we are going to pick up next. So we do have the scores right here.
So score from that first ladies doubles.
In 4 sets.
Anastasia Bogoslova winning in 4 games. Yeah, 11-6. Bethany Wong winning the second 11-6, and then 11-9, 11-7 to Anastasia.
Well,
So
again, that third. I think in this format, the third set really is so important. So again, it was only 1 point, 2 points, sorry, in that third set, and that really would be dictating. Really big dictating that one. It really just changed the mentality going into that fourth. So we had a power play being used there. Sorry, I missed that. We were checking the scores. And 9. So here we go. Aylesbury. Nope. They must have tried to use their power play right there. So 9-6 to Aylesbury. Looking like they're going to take this one. A flick serve was long by the body language of the players. So match point here for what would look to be a tidy 3-0 victory for the Falcons. But it's a good rally, good standard doubles. Looks like he just pushed that one wide, and he did. Okay, so that makes it 1-1 in that match between the Falcons and the Dynamite.
every point really important for Aylesbury in that match because they're 3 behind Mount P.
Yes.
So crucial that they're getting maximum points out of that one.
Yes, to really set them up for the finals night. On the is the 10th of May, is the finals? Am I correct?
Yeah. So
Yes.
Friday 10th of May we have our finals.
There we go. So everyone, if you're listening, clear those diaries. Get babysitters booked. Whatever you need to do, clear that. Get that ready for the 10th of May. This is going to be the finals night. It's all going to come down to this. And so the team, as I say, the teams are all lining up for it. It's so tight at the minute, so that. Again, they're all trying to jockey for position this evening. Every point counts. Try to put them in the best possible position next week in order to take away the BPL title. So as I say, I have nothing on this court, so I'm just going to switch to the all 4 courts view right now just to see what's happening on all our courts. Again, if there's any matches you want to see, please do let us know.
We'll take any questions as well.
Any questions, comments, compliments on us mostly. Please do not be shy with those. And here we go. We got probably switch to where we've got possibility of South Dublin against the Raptors as the double's about to kick off. A couple of youngsters looking probably going to be good right there. Or Mavericks are 2-0 up against the Panthers. Dan McGee and Sam McKay looking to prove a point against Adams, Jeremy, and Willie Lacey. Actually, this will be, yes, I think we'll go for the Panthers Mavericks doubles here. It's just about to kick off, so we will be moving across to this one, and we will be in time to get the start of this one. So we have Adam Jeremy and Willie Lacey. It'll be a very tricky pair to play against. Willie been around for quite a while. Just all the tricks up his sleeve. He's every trick in the book. And Adam, a young, very physically built guy, very strong doubles player against the Panthers, who I'll say have to play a more tactical game probably. I'd say just they don't want to be standing trading shots with the Mavericks. I think that'll be a mistake for them. They're probably going to have to play tighter, more it's like shorter drives, mixing it up, make sure that they're dictating the pace of the game. They're deciding where the match takes place.
Yeah, so we've Dan on court there. He might be coming up to join us later on in the commentary.
So, yeah, that no doubt this match will determine his enthusiasm and mood. I know that every professional, I'm sure Dan is. But it's always nice when you're coming in to talk to people on the win. So
he's just questioning a flick serve there on the back line, which is called out by Mavericks. But Dan was checking, make sure.
Dan was just checking, but again, maybe just asking him, just playing a little mind game with him, getting him thinking about it. That he's got to be careful on his line calls. We will be asking. So it's good to see. Good to do that early as well. It's like yeah, I'm sure lots of people listening are probably also golf fans. I think the World Match Play Championships was I think 2 weeks ago, and it's to be kind of the similar with because in match play you can give the other person putts. So I think a lot of the early holes you kind of give them a lot of putts just to keep them cold, get them thinking about it. So then when later on when they have to maybe hole a 3 or 4 footer, they're now thinking about it. They're not as sure. So maybe again. This again, a little bit of mind games here, just questioning a couple of calls earlier on. So maybe if there's a couple of tight calls later, there's maybe a little more pressure, and maybe try to influence the player's call a little bit in that sense. So again, as you were saying, that there's no line judges in this one, so players are calling their own lines.
They are going to be questioning the calls a bit more since they're calling their own lines. So you will see that a bit more, especially in the doubles. You're going to have a lot of fast shuttles flying towards the back line, sidelines.
Yes.
So there tends to be a lot more closer calls in the doubles
than
the men's doubles than most disciplines.
Yeah, just a lot of fast, a lot of shots. People going for the lines all the time, and it's like you see the pace of men's doubles, especially at this level, is just so high. So it's again, if you have a shuttle that's rocketing towards the one of the tram lines, it can be difficult to call, but that's just part of the game. You've got to go with it. Whatever your opponent's decided is their call. So I always like to think that if I tend to, personally, I like to think I'm quite generous with my calls, and also just that maybe if you got to think, if you give a few very tight line calls, I'm sure that their side of the court might get a little smaller as the game goes along. Just got to keep that in mind, because you can make the calls, but at the same time, they're also.
You always hope your opponent will be fair on you. If
yeah,
you're fair
exactly.
on them,
Yeah. So I think at this level, especially, I think all the players here, they all know each other. They've been playing against each other week in, week out for years now. I think they're all very respectful, all very good with their line calls. So everyone knows everybody. So everyone's friends after everyone goes upstairs. To the bar or out being social with each other, so everyone's good friends.
Interesting. Dan trying to push in on the net there, but hitting the shuttle in an upward direction, which doesn't really allow you to push forward as much, because the shuttle tends to come back doing twice the speed as you've hit it. Yeah.
Again, I think it's the right play though, because I think these guys need to take away the net from the Mavericks, take away time from them, because again, I think if like both pairs are kind of in cruise control, I think the Mavericks probably take this quite easy. So I think that the Pembroke need to kind of smother them. They need to keep pressure on. They need to move them around, move them out of position so that they can't settle.
It's tight early on here, 7-0.
7-0 again. It's in this one because you score every point, which I think is a great almost like table tennis, in that so that. It's because I think it used to be way back when, I don't know if I'm showing my edge now, it used to be you only scored points on your serve.
That's
so
right.
I think it's been a good point, because it just keeps the score line ticking over, and always keeps you. It means if you're winning points, you're always within reach of your opponent. So again, 8-all. Interesting to see. Here we go. I do like an early power play. I like it. I think it shows. I think you're showing your hand. You're like, right, you're throwing your hand in the ring. You're saying, okay, you're throwing the gauntlet down. You're throwing the challenge out there to see what they can come up with. Again,
Will Lacey taking control of the net there.
Again, that's the thing is, I think what I was saying there is that if the Mavericks are allowed to attack, they're allowed to play their shots. I think the Panthers are in for a rough night. Yeah,
and Panthers need to score tonight, remember, as well, because they're starting on 20 points tonight in third position on the table.
The Mavericks have a 4 game lead going into this. So yeah, they'll be looking to claw back, no pun intended, as much ground as possible over the Mavericks. So again, that they managed to get that first set. But again, it's first set. It's almost just like the warm up. They're just this is like the first couple rounds in boxing. You're kind of just feeling your opponent out. You're checking his range. You're seeing, you're watching it, how fast is his footwork. This sort of thing. You're just seeing how hard is he hit.
It's a bit of a slow start from Dan McGee and Sam McKay here, I think.
Yes.
They're coming off a recent Leinster senior team trip they were on with some good wins over in the UK.
Oh, that's right.
So they're playing well as a pair, and they've been playing well for the entire season,
Mhm.
playing multiple of the ranking events this season.
Oh,
so
very good. Very good.
um,
Veteran this year should have the game quite polished. I think in the I remember it was a very good match that they played last year in the BPL against Tony Murphy and Stuart Lightbody.
yeah,
They won again in a reverse sweep, so they actually lost the first 2 sets and then came back to win the next 3. So I wonder if they will be. Yeah, so it's really you can't count this pair out.
no, bit of a slow start for them. I think we'll see now.
I think they're just a pair that take a little while to get going. They like to get warmed up, where they're figure out their opponents. Again, they're a very tactical pair. I think they don't necessarily have any big weapons that are going to damage teams. However, they are very good at once they get on the front foot, and once they start getting to dictate, they get momentum. They're actually a very difficult pair to beat. Again, Sam there trying to take the net away, but the veteran
Lacey,
Lacey
taking control of the net this evening.
Yes, exactly. I think this would be the ideal setup for. I suppose you don't want to leave serves like this. But I think this is the ideal formation for the Mavericks right there. That was their opportunity to switch it. You see that?
Dan just looking for Sam to go forward there and take that.
Yep. Looking to cheat forward. Although it's, again, because with Willie at the front and then Adam at the back hitting, I'd say they're going to have to, the Panthers are going to have to figure a way to get them out of that formation. See right there, so once they got Adam to the net and they were able to, he's not quite as sharp as Willie would be around the net, so he was to get the loose shot and then be aggressive and put that one away to win the point. A little bit of confusion there on who's receiving the serve.
Just a little bit of miscommunication between them at the moment, I feel.
That's two shots in a row where both players kind of like leaving it for the other one. So I guess just
leaving gaps where they usually wouldn't on the court.
Yeah,
and the Mavericks are finding those gaps.
Yep.
Which is a big part of men's doubles, finding that gap, turning the shuttle into space, taking the pace off the shuttle.
Yes.
Those sort of things.
Yes, because of the pace, it can often difficult to find the space, especially because of the pace, and you're under pressure a lot of the game. But well played there by Adam. Again, putting them in the scenario, but Dan switches across court and gets aggressive. They need to keep the Mavericks under cost here. Dan a little bit wrong-footed there. Switches the cross court. Yep, that's where they want to be. This is where the Panthers want to be. They can keep on the attack here. Keep the Mavericks moving on the. Great!
Fantastic turn.
Give him the switcheroo. That was just
turn.
too good. Again, the Mavericks have the shots.
Again, they're just finding those gaps on court. You'll see there with the defense. Just turned it across the court into the gap.
Yeah, agreed. Just finding those gaps. But again, net court. Just a little bit of miscommunication, but again, this is where they want to be. This is exactly where they want to be. They want to keep. Yep, there you go. Great. They got keep the attack. Ideally, move them around. They had a lot of movement in that road, so the Mavericks were constantly having to like rotate one side, forward, back. So and then eventually cause the unforced error. And I think those are sort of rallies that the Panthers need to see themselves in order to take this.
Oh, unlucky. Nice idea. Trying to find that gap again there just at the front of the court.
And to be honest, I think he found it. I think if that went over, I don't know if the Panthers players were going to get there. Yeah, I just think Sam just seems a little just not sure where to stand right now. You know what I mean? Just seems that he's not sure if he's coming or going, this sort of thing. So he just needs to. I think they understand how important this match is, and just needs to. I think in the third and fourth, I hope anyway that I would expect Sam to start coming forward a little bit more.
It's an important match as well. They're 2-0 down. They for the morale of the team, they really need this to take this one. Yes,
to stop the Mavericks momentum. A little bit of a tongue twister on that one. Going into this, because especially it's something at 2-1's a big difference from 3-0 this early for their other players, especially going with all to play for in the next BPL night. Nice change of pace. Oh, nice set up in the middle.
Mavericks defending well here.
Yes, they definitely are. Although there we go, defending well, but Panthers need to be attack, like 10, 15 shot attacking rallies.
Very animated Dan McGee on court there.
Love it.
That
I
point.
love it. Every time he steps on court to BPL, he's animated, he's shouting, he's giving it everything he's got, physically and emotionally. Maybe not the best serve we've seen from him, but so technically, okay, physically and emotionally, fantastic, 10 out of 10. Technically, just need to see a little more soundness on that one. So the Mavericks using a power play here, try to go. A little bit of a discussion here.
I like the decision to use a power play here. Similar to the singles we saw earlier. Them using this power play to win the game.
Yeah. It's probably the most common. I think 9. 9 is probably the most common number to use your power play on, just because it gives you that game point. That little bit, it just adds a little bit of pressure.
A good return from Sam there.
Is
just chopping it onto the net into the middle.
That's good judgment. It's always brave leaving it on a power play set point. I don't know if I'd have been brave enough to leave. Oh my goodness, never mind. I stand corrected. Well, I suppose it was a brave leave. So brave, in fact, that it was a mistake. I always feel that just with that much on the line, I almost want to just give it a hit. Just
power play when you're at risk of losing the game, I think it's a must hit.
Yeah,
I think.
I know what you mean.
You need to be sure.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
The pressure's on now. The pressure is on.
Yes.
They're looking to take 3 in a row now.
Yeah, it would be a smooth win for them, actually, I have to say. And again, both sets have been tight. So both the Mavericks have basically, I think the difference in those two sets is the Mavericks are winning their power plays. So that's the big difference. It's a big psychological difference.
Massive power play there though at 9-8 to take the game. And mentally crushing it can be.
Yes, because you're doing well, you're in it, and then all of a sudden just a little skip. But hey, it's everyone same for each player. Just each pair, sorry. So it's just whoever manages it better. Again, so just moving it around. Like to see them moving Adam around. Just a little bit of confusion again from the Panthers. Just not used to seeing this. Their strength is normally that they they play well together, they move together, and a little bit of a whiff, a fresh air. There's many other terms for this. I'm sure Willie will not want us to remind him that he played that shot. So if somebody wants to make a comment, the exact time.
Just out. Yeah.
Just again, we just have to guess a little bit.
Oh, good.
There you go.
Kind of nice hold push there on the backhand.
Always good to see, because the return of serve is such an important and difficult shot in doubles. You have two players ready to pounce on whatever you hit, so it's got to be good. Nice play right there. Getting the unforced error from Willie.
And Lacey making 1 or 2 errors at the net. Just has to make sure of that one. Give it a bit more weight.
Yeah, I think it's the Panthers play very solid doubles. Very pressured game. So that maybe apart from that, I wasn't well on the site, but that's why I think they tend to come through in the long. So for these 5 setters, they see a lot of action in the 4th and 5th set, and the championship rounds, as the UFC would call it, is that they really put their opponents under pressure. So then by the 3rd, 4th, 5th game, their opponents are trying maybe shots that aren't on, trying shots that they shouldn't, in order and getting unforced errors, just because of the pressure that the Pembroke Panthers players are able to put them under. Again, great. And a lot of still just more space, more gaps, as you were mentioning earlier, in the Pembroke pair than we're used to seeing from these guys. They're normally very tight pair. They cover everything, but Adam there able to find wide open space. You could have put a bus in that space. Drop shot.
Keep the comments coming into the YouTube as well.
Oh yeah.
Any questions or requests, keep them coming in.
Let us know. We are here for your entertainment, obviously within the realms of the YouTube's user service, user guidelines, of course. Jump by Sam right there. Love it. Love the aggression. Unforced error from Dan was not
Mavericks defense has been good.
It's been solid. It has been solid. Normally the Panthers pair are able to break down pairings in the longer rallies, but just Mavericks this game just holding solid, just not really showing any sort of weaknesses, I have to say. So it's good. They're just being outplayed right now. There's nothing tactically they're doing different. Again, just 2 errors in a row
Forced error
off the
return of
serve.
serves.
Yeah, oh, so
You'll
expensive.
see at this higher level doubles, first 3 shots is very important.
So important.
It's key.
Yeah.
At this level, all the way right up to professional level.
Yeah.
First 3 shots in men's doubles is key.
Yeah. It's just so, it has to be so quick. It's just such a big advantage you can gain by being quick on those 2 shots.
Just another unforced error by Sam.
Yeah, he was in position. He was right there. Again, he just
Looking very snatchy.
he is. He just does not look comfortable tonight. Does not look comfortable. Again, great play there. Dan getting the lift. Nice. Adam finding a lot of space actually.
It's better from Pembroke Panthers
Pembroke,
there.
that sort of rally is what we're more used to seeing from Pembroke. This is the type of play we'd be more used to seeing from them. Taking control, dictating where the rally takes place, being on the attack, putting the squeeze on their opponents, and ending up getting the unforced error from it. So we've got a power play here from Pembroke just to try to claw back some ground that they've lost. Oh, it just goes long. They'd done the hard work. Just pushes it long in that case. So again, Mavericks don't have any power plays left. However, I'm sure right now would be the point to use it. But again, this is looking almost over. Now again, you can never count them out in this format, but if they've got any tricks up their sleeve, this is now the time for the Pembroke Panthers to use it. Again, great play in the cross court. He gets the lift, but they're still not over it. Oh my goodness. How do you get that one back? And again.
Oh, fantastic defense.
Great defense from both teams there.
Fantastic defense.
Oh. See, Pembroke just really needed to come.
Mavericks looked down and out in that rally.
They did indeed. I don't know how they managed to stay in that, but then they managed to turn it around. Dan trying the old shimmy shake, it's switcheroo. Almost worked. Love seeing it. Yeah, big hit by Adam there. And
AC going for the spectacular.
yes, it was indeed. And we'll apologize for any obscenity you may have heard in that last from Willie there. Back over? No, it did not. Thankfully for the audience thing, no one wants to see a game end on something like that. Flick wide. Oh, there's a lot of space there at the front, but Dan choosing to play it. Hey, paying off. Just asking the Mavericks players, can you hit through us? And in that case, the answer was no.
Few match points saved now.
It is now Pembroke
Pressure's
building
on.
some momentum here. Oh my goodness! And again,
Taking a 10-all.
Is that 3 match points?
Okay. Five match points.
What? Going with the flick.
Oh.
Oh no! Oh no!
That's it. It's all over.
What a way! The flick. I love the
Mavericks go 3-0 up.
3-0 up. That's such.
You would have to say
momentum.
that Pembroke Panthers would have been favoured to win that men's doubles.
I would have thought now. I definitely would have thought Pembroke were going to win that in 4 or 5, but they just. Mavericks, they played well. They
defended very well, what you'd have to say.
Yeah. Have to say it was good. They just outplayed them. They just didn't allow them to get any sort of momentum, any sort of rhythm, and then were able to get the 3-0 win, which I definitely would not have expected that. So we'll just take a moment right now to go to the all-court interactive view, which is one of my favorite upgrades to the streaming service. See if we can see all the courts right now. So we've got possibility. Tell you what, we'll go to court 1 very quick. We're going to see some ladies doubles, and it looks like it's a 2-1 to Falcons. So that one will be important. So I believe that's 1-all in that one. So the ladies singles went to Dynamite, and then the men's doubles went to the Falcons. So this is 1-all. This will be a interesting one to see who takes the early lead in this match. Again, Falcons looking to try to get as many points against the Dynamite as possible, as they're sitting second in the table, only by, is it 3?
3 points.
Yeah, 3 points. 3 points.
So playing for Aylesbury Falcons here, we've Ashley Coyne, Fiona Glennon, and playing for Dynamite 21, we've Laura Knirk and Anna Bogoslavakaya. Not sure if I pronounced that.
I was going to say,
right,
I'm glad you read that out, not me.
I tried my best on that one.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I'll leave you to that pronunciation. I'm happy with your efforts, and I will not attempt to replicate or improve upon that. So we've got 2-1 up here. The first two sets looking very comfortable for Falcons. I would say they were really disappointed not at 11-9 in the third. I'd say the Falcons would really wanted to have tucked that one away in 3 sets, because they're now looking like it's going to go to a fifth based on 8-2. They've lost. They had the early momentum, I'd say. And also, again, it's maybe they saved their power play for that third set, but each pair only having used 1 power play at this stage. So all to play for. So again, Aylesbury looking to pick up every single point that they can, not necessarily to beat the Dynamite, but to put them in their best possible position for the finals night on the 10th of May. I don't know if I've said that before, but the 10th of May, 10th of May, 10th of May, just in case, just to emphasize that.
Yeah, and a good opportunity to come down and see some more great games in the hall here.
Yes.
Want to get the hall full here for that finals night.
It'll be great. And I've been to a couple of finals nights. It is the atmosphere. See, watching it is fantastic. If you can't make it, it's always a great option to have to watch it. But it's the same. It's not quite the same as being here in person. That's one thing. I love commentating. I love being down here. We can see all the courts. We can see the people, the mingling. So I said the camera can only see from this angle, but I can assure you that the hall is the same amount of people on the other side as well, so it makes for a great atmosphere to play in.
Yeah. Fiona Glennon actually only back playing a lot of badminton recently. One of top player back in her day with a national title of her own.
Oh, there you go.
And also Ashley Coyne, you'll be familiar with her, Brian.
Yes, I am. Watch what I say around here. But, of course, Ashley looking lovely as always, on court. Stylish shoes, nice hair. You know, hard to beat. There you go. So it was a flick. Guess we can't see that one. We'll have to guess. Must have been out. There we go.
You'd have to say a bit more playing experience in the Aylesbury side here with Fiona and Ashley, with the under 21s pair being a good bit younger than them.
Yes. Well, I suppose if the playing against pairs with more experience is nothing that the 21 Dynamite, being the younger players, would have. They do this week in, week out in the BPL, so they're used to it by now. They've got over it, which is great to see. I'll presume the 21 is the under 21 is the cap on the region for it. Yep, makes sense.
Yep.
So it's great to see actually getting them in this league. Okay, they're not necessarily competing yet with the other teams. However, like, this would be invaluable experience for themselves, trying to develop themselves as players.
Some of those under 21 players getting ready to go on a Leinster trip to York soon, actually.
There you go. Is that the Leinster senior?
Leinster under 21 team.
Okay, there you go. Under 21 team. Again, this sort of, because you're up against, this is like very tough opposition week in, week out, every night. The BPL, there's a tough match going. So you see the Falcons able there, 11-10, just able to sneak that one. And then you see the 21 Dynamite, they lost that one, but they lost it with still a power play in hand. So I suppose that's one of the things about always trying to save your power play for a set point or a match point, is that that you're not guaranteed to get those. So the idea maybe of using them a bit earlier in the match would then give you that. It might give you like a psychological boost, maybe help you claw back from a deficit that you're in or something like that. So again, ideally you wanna just fire off those rounds. You wanna go, if you're going down, you go down in a blaze of glory, using all the tools at your disposal. So with the conclusion of that match, we will go back to our interactive court selection service and see what matches we're going to pick up. So we have Mavericks 4-0 up against Panthers. That's a big result thus far. Again, it's not far from over that match as a whole, but as far as the league table is concerned, that's 4 big points for the Mavericks, who are already have a 3-point lead, I believe, going into this. So the South Dublin Spartans 2-1 up against the Raptors. Again, tight. That'll probably be a good one with the Loretta back from his singles. I'm sure well warmed up. Hopefully I'm sure the younger player has plenty in the tank. Plenty of nights like this. And then we have a doubles, what looks to be second men's doubles down at the in the Falcons and 21. I'll tell you what, seeing as we'll go down to court 4 for a little bit here and see, because it's the only one who are technically actually playing right now. The other court are warming up, or is it? Oh, sorry. The singles is just kicking off. So, what do you feel like, Greg? I felt I've made the decision on all these matches.
I feel like this is going to be a very interesting men's singles, actually.
Men's singles on court 2.
Yeah.
All right, make the call. Here we go. We're going up. Jump to court 2 here.
Mavericks 4-0 up here against Panthers.
Yep, it's with the 9 games. This match individually, of course, Pembroke would have to win all of these in order to take this individual match. But I feel at this stage, the overall results aren't as important as how many points you can put up on the board for the league table going in with the finals night on the 10th of May. So I feel that, again, yes, you can win or lose the match on tonight, but I think the big thing that all teams are trying to do is really put points on the board.
The points on the board is a big one. Yeah. And not 9 matches in total for the games tonight. So we would have to win 5 in a row here for Pembroke Panthers to take tonight's match.
Yeah. Which, hey, we've seen it before in sports. Many a miracle at Medina and all that. You know, you're just never out of the team events, which is, again, what's really nice about this. I suppose because if you think about it in like rugby, football, these sorts of sports, there's a clock. So if you're a couple of goals down or something, a couple tries down, and there's 5 minutes on the clock, a lot of the times the game can pretty much be over. Whereas in the like badminton, tennis, these sorts of things, you need to score so many points. You're never out of the match. No matter how long, no matter how many points you are down, you're always in it. So you always have a chance to come back. Which I love the format of of racket sports like this. And then it's going a step further than that. You've got the BPL format, which is up to 11. So again, you've had even more opportunities to come back and make up to have upsets and all these sorts of things. So it's a great setup.
This is a dominating first game by Sam McKay against Owen Marin here. 7-love up.
Would not have said that. Again, just looks to, although I suppose Sam, who looked completely out of sorts on the doubles court earlier, just seems to, his mind must have already been playing singles.
Fantastic dive there.
Love seeing a good dive, especially in singles. Especially you probably see more dive. Sorry, I will say that like this, more successful dives, as in someone will dive, retrieve the shot, and then win the point in singles. The problem with that in doubles is because when you dive and retrieve a shot, you've got 2 guys sitting on the net, probably ready to.
You'll see a lot of top players in the top 10 in the world doing high quality diving at the moment. Yes. They're diving and they're playing a very good block, or they're playing a quality shot. Yes. And getting themselves back into the rally, but their recovery is so fast after they're diving.
Yes.
They have such upper body strength, some of these top players that you see in the BWF events.
I wonder, you would maybe spend a little bit more time training and coaching around the top players. Do you reckon that's something that they actively practice? Do you think that they have a session?
They wouldn't be practicing diving, they would be practicing a lot of jumping, recovering, and a lot of speed work. Okay. And these guys are doing lots of hours in the gym as well, you have to remember. So their upper body strength is immense.
Impressive, yes. I suppose with you maybe don't practice the diving as much, probably because there's always that little risk of like injury or getting a little niggle or a knock or something like that. That you just can never predict. As someone who actively partakes in judo, I can safely say I get thrown around a lot. You just never know. You can have a great break fall, you can plan it, but just whatever way you fall, you pick up a little niggle. You need that frozen bag of peas on your elbow for about 2 hours after the session. So I can understand why they, as much as they might dive during a match, they probably would try to keep that to a minimum during their practice sessions. I would say so. Again, 11-2 in that first set. Did not see that happening.
Total domination there in that first set. You see there Niall Tierney coming on to coach Owen Marin. Niall, very, very experienced singles player back when he used to play singles. Obviously, he was out for injury for a long time, but he's back playing this evening, which is great to see.
Oh, good to see. Good to see. I never like to see someone stop playing due to injuries. Sadly, it's as an intense a sport that badminton is. We do see a lot of injuries being picked up. I think other sports would be similar to in some ways similar to tennis. It's not quite as bad. Or basketball, sports with a lot of jumping, a lot of changing direction quickly. These sorts of things. You would see similar injuries, knee injuries in particular, would be very common and that sort of thing. So it's good to see him back playing.
Better start here for Owen Marin for
3-0
MP.
I wonder if he's trying to call and raise his opponent's gamble. Well, maybe not.
Yeah.
I was saying, I wonder is he going to try to go for the 7-love as well, as we've seen in the first set, but alas, we didn't get to see it in that scenario. So, although Owen again would probably look like it could have been slightly out. Yeah, it's the Owen, I'd say probably a little more of a consistent play of the rallies, grind his opponent down type of player. So again, just not used to seeing these unforced errors from him.
Both players have good engines on them. Just real work hard on court.
Yeah,
Always going to see long rallies between these two.
Yeah.
Both players playing singles on that Leinster senior team this season.
Okay, a lot of it. Yes, a lot of.
So they know each other very well.
Yeah, a lot of singles match experience at a high level, going on court against each other. So, yes, the first set would have been quite comfortable, but again, as soon as the first set's over, that's it. You start at love all again, which is nice which is great about this format in most racket sports, that you can have a horrendous first set, and then at the next set you start at love all. There's no advantage gained from winning that first set. Whereas I'm sure if there's any fans who are golfers, everyone's they've been doing fantastic round. Career best round, and then they hit that shank into the trees or into the water, and the scorecard's gone. That is your day ruined. It doesn't matter what you do and the rest of your day, it is ruined, and it is with a frown on your face. So the advantage of like badminton or tennis is that once the set's over, back to love all, and it's a fresh start in that sense.
I feel like Owen for Mount P Mavericks here is dictating the pace of this game a little bit more than he was in the first. I think McKay was dictating the pace of the last game a bit more and just ran away with it a bit, but Owen seems to be dictating the speed a bit more.
Yeah, he's a little more in the rallies. He's deciding where Sam's having to move and this sort of stuff. He's getting a little bit more time in the show. He's moving a little better, a little more consistent as well. I think that Owen was just giving Sam a few too many free points that we're not seeing in this one. So like both players just
great rally there.
Yes, yeah. So what's the battery company, Duracell? So I think if Duracell were doing an advertisement with badminton involved, I think these two guys would definitely be chosen to advertise those.
As we see a nice cross-court net there by Sam McKay to take that
was
one.
Really good cross-court net shot.
He's deciding to take his power play here as well. Interesting.
Early power play. Look, again, it's all about tactics. I love seeing the variety of use of the power play, trying to just completely negate the advantage that Owen... Oh, I think he just hit that one long. It's a big question of...
He's put it out the back.
He did. So he was trying to negate the advantage that Sam had built up in the second set. Sorry that Owen had built up, the Mavericks player had built up in the second set, but again, just unsuccessful. But again, it's you gotta use the power plays. You gotta alarm there. I don't know what that was set for at this time of night. Must have been cooking or something. And just bit off a little bit more than he could chew. Tried to be a little bit too tight. So I think it's Sam's few little unforced errors starting to creep into Sam's game now, because Owen's making him work for every point, whereas in the first set, even the first half of this set, he wasn't making him do that. Owen was making unforced errors, so Sam kind of just keep the rally going and eventually win it. Whereas now that Owen's kind of got those unforced errors out of his system, and he's now found his groove, he's found his rhythm, and there's no more free points for Sam. So he's now having to work for everything, and as we're seeing by the score, that's now dictated and reflected in the scoreline. So again, game point here for the Mavericks. They can break it to 1-all.
Another good rally here.
Yep. I think I'm out of breath just looking at this rally. And no sign of it letting up. Oh, the dive. It's a jump outside to hit that smash. Cross-court smashing. Very high. Ooh,
Wow.
Great shot.
Wow, great
shot.
rally.
Brilliant. Great rally. Dive. Probably see the court mop a little bit here. And a bit more coaching here on the sides.
Yeah, Niall Tierney coming back on.
Yeah.
Tech, as everybody calls him,
Yeah, Tech.
from his DJing career.
Yeah.
Dan McGee, Sam's partner, coming out to give him a few
Give him the pep
pointers
talk.
here.
Give him the pep talk.
Doesn't look like he's coming up to us this evening.
No, I think there's a lot. I think if the match had went differently, as maybe I suggested earlier, that might have swayed his decision to come up.
Well, it's a must-win for them here, isn't it?
Yes, they need this. They need this. Maybe depending of how the match goes overall, he'll decide if he wants to come up and share some thoughts with us on how the match went. And it's always good. It's always good to have some player feedback. It's always nice because we can only speculate. We can only provide what we think is going through the players' minds and how they're feeling about different matches. But it's always good to get that raw footage, that raw sound bites from the players as they come off court, which is always good. So one set all, both sets quite easy as well for the respective players.
A real change of momentum
Yeah.
in the second from Owen.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see what happens here now.
Mm-hmm.
Can Sam keep his good form from the first and
Yes.
try and regain a bit of control of this match?
Yes, I feel I think at the minute the ball or shuttle in this case is in Sam's court because I think Owen has upped the ante in the second set. There, he started to just basically just not make unforced errors and push the pace. So Sam's now got to come up with something new. He's got to come up with something to throw Owen off his rhythm. Just like that, great shot, taking it very early, cross court, asking Owen to cover a lot of distance.
Very high up in the court there, just to take that one early and turn
Yeah.
it down into the space.
Yeah. So again, we haven't seen a whole. Maybe he's felt he can cheat and get away with that because we haven't seen a whole lot of smashes necessarily from Owen, it's. I don't know if that was like he was trying to bait him into something. That was a very high drop shot there.
Very high.
At the net maybe, and then but also he played the high net shot, but then he followed it in.
He was quick back on it.
Yeah, so I think he was trying to bait the tumble net shot out of Owen right there.
Just put in it wide, yeah.
Yeah, so he's playing highs, give Owen plenty of time to waltz up to the net and play a nice tight tumble, and then Sam will be ready there to play the brush. That'd be my thoughts on why he plays such a loose shot. That is, you will not find that tactic in any textbook, any coaching textbook. That is something that you have to roll with yourself, try it, see how it works. Smash there from Owen, getting the short lift. Again, smashing to the body as well.
Yeah, interesting. He played that tight spinning net, forcing the short lift and smashing body instead of out wide because he had lots of space either side, but decided to smash body.
Yeah.
Which is something that you'll see singles players doing a lot more of.
Especially in singles. I suppose the smashes are anticipated down the lines because that's where you would see 9 times out of 10 the singles player smashing to. That's where the space is. So again, a couple smashes to the body just throws the opponent off their rhythm and just it gives them something extra to think about.
Just find if you're nervous or you're tense in any way and your shoulder's being lifted too and you're smashing, best off hit body, hit middle of the court, keep the rally going.
High percentage.
Instead of trying to hit the lines and just making unforced errors.
Yeah, the lines, you've always got that risk, whereas at the body, yes, it might not be an outright winner, but it's high percentage. If you want to find your range, hit a couple shuttles to see how you're feeling that day, just to get the nerves out, just to ease your way into the match. It's a great tactic to use. You'll see that you'll see that tactic right the way up to professional level as well. So 6-2. Owen got a bit of a lead here in this set, but again, it's still early days. Just unforced error from Sam there. I feel that Sam just hasn't quite come up with a new strategy yet. In this one, he's still trying to
similar sort of, and that's very unlike him.
Yeah,
do that.
Play like an
off a serve
yeah.
into the net. Something is up here.
Yeah, I think he's still just a little bit shell shocked. I think that the first set was actually too easy for him. and I think that's thrown him off his game a little bit, so that it didn't give him really time to get into the set and play himself in, because he wasn't really having to work for the rallies.
It can't have helped him come in straight from losing his doubles a
Yeah.
couple of matches
That's
ago
it, actually,
and coming
that's
onto this singles. Mentally, he probably expected to win that doubles, and now he's coming onto this singles. Still probably with that in the back of his mind.
Yeah, especially at a 3. No, the score maybe wouldn't have maybe suggested differently, but again, it was.
And now we see it 11-2 after being 11-2 in the first to Owen.
Bigs again.
Or to Sam.
The reason I love this format, you can see big swings and momentum. You're just not sure the way the set's going to go, just because each set's up to 11's best of 5, so you get a lot of swing. You get a lot of time to talk to your coach again, which is not the same in all sports. I believe in tennis, you're not allowed to talk to your coaches at all, and even hand gestures from your coaching box can be brought with penalty points against the player.
I believe in the ladies' game though, you can take time out to see your coach.
You can during. I believe that's only during the regular season matches, but I believe in like majors and stuff. I do not believe that you're allowed to do that. I believe in the final of the U.S. Open, that Serena Williams lost to Naomi Osaka. One of the controversies around that. It started one of the controversies with her at the umpire was that she got a penalty for her coach that she wasn't doing. She wasn't gesturing at all, but however, her coach was making hand gestures towards her. They have it on film, and that ended up, because of her coach doing that, she got a penalty, a point against her.
And it's something the Badminton World Federation actually tried to take out of the game in some of the new rules they brought in, because obviously we saw the introduction on the circuit of the new service rule, the 1.15 meter rule.
Seen that, yes.
So that was a big change for a lot of the players, especially taller player. It was giving them a tough time at having to lower their serve.
Just because obviously, like in tennis, as long as your foot isn't over the line, there's no other restriction you have on the way that you're allowed to serve. Whereas in badminton, it's I believe the new rule is to do with this very specific height. So it used to be, I believe, was at the bottom with like the rib, so maybe like there.
They called it the floating rib. Is what the umpires would have been taught. Or floating rib.
The floating rib. No room for misunderstanding or taking advantage of there whatsoever.
Yeah.
But
so the devices we've seen come in now are plastic stands, which the umpires would lower or higher depending on the player, with a line through them, so they can look through the perspex on the line to see where the shuttle's been struck. Because remember, it's where the shuttle's been struck
is what matters. Yes, not where you start or anything like that. Yes. Yeah. Great shot there. So now they have it a set height.
Set height, yeah.
Yes. So I believe if you're watching badminton, any of the international YouTube channels and things like that, you will notice like 2 plastic layers.
Yeah.
In the bottom next to the service judge umpires.
You'll see that introduced for our Irish Open this year in November. So we've gone from international series to challenge this year. So you'll see the introduction of those.
Okay.
We've got delivery of those perspex.
There you go.
Those perspex stands in to use for our umpires.
There you go. You heard it here first, guys. We will be expecting those to be introduced to the Irish Open this year. I believe that's in November.
November.
There we go. So 10th of May's calendar's already blocked out for you guys. So November, check out. Don't be booking holidays. Don't be doing anything like that. Just keep it open. You'll be wanting to see this. Hopefully, I imagine we'll be covering it as well if you want to watch it live. If you cannot make it to the main event. So
we'll be hoping to get that live on TG4 again. The same
there you
as
go,
we did last year.
TG4.
TG Caher. If you want to get a bit of Irish in there.
Yeah, I will not be I will not be attempting to pronounce that. So glad that you're here to educate myself on what it is called.
It looks like Sam's making a bit of a comeback here.
He is again. I think he's just kind of got over that. I also think it was just a bit of shell shock. It was just Owen kind of gave him the first set so easy, and then kind of once he started playing again, Sam just took a little bit of a time to adapt. And sadly for himself, he took 2 sets to adapt by losing 5 and 2 in the middle. So then now he's got 8-3 in this one. So it looks like he is going to take this to bring it to a 5th. Just wide on that with good attacking play. Change of shuttle. Generally, especially at the higher level, international level, generally if one player asks to change the shuttle, it seems to be a courtesy to the other player would agree to.
Generally speaking, yeah, but always we have to check with the umpire as well.
Okay, well, yes, they require, even if both players agree, it's the umpire decides, isn't that it?
Yes.
Okay, the umpire has the last say in whether or not the shuttle changes. But generally, there'd be very rare for the umpire to decide not to change. There's generally, it's not like, say, for example, tennis, where you have the set, I think it's 6 tennis balls, I believe, at a time, so you have to play with those 6, unless there's an obvious fault, in which case, again, that would be the umpire. In that case, we would have to make the call on that. They're 9-4.
Aye, nice cross-court smash from Sam McKay there.
Yeah, it just seems to be getting a little more purchase, getting a little more penetration with his smashes and his attacking shots here, I would have to say. That's probably making the difference in the score, and I'd maybe say at 10-4, Owen's already mentally preparing for the 5th set. Might see some interesting shots, and I called it. I called it. Always loving something like that comes together.
Not going over, but exciting nonetheless.
Yes, he tried something with a bit of flair, a bit of razzmatazz, just for the audience here. Always a crowd pleaser, is Owen, whenever he gets the opportunity.
Big 5th game here to keep the evening alive for Pembroke Panthers.
Yes, so this is, I would say there's a bit more pressure on Sam here, because Owen has the opportunity to put the match itself to bed. However, again, that's great, but again, I suppose they're just thinking about next week. They're thinking, if we can get this, that's an extra point on the board, an extra cushion for us going into the finals week. I keep saying next week. I mean, only 10th of May. So they're just looking for an extra cushion, as much of a distance between them and second place as possible.
Yeah.
Just to take the pressure off the 10th of May finals night. So all to play for Sam. Hopefully we'll see an exciting ending to this match, no matter what way it goes. I'm sure Dan is looking as eager as always at the side of the court. See this one goes. Good shot by Owen again. It's hard to say because the momentum's kind of swung which way in that. So it'll be interesting to see if Owen is able to up the pace again. Not a bit slack on that one. Again, while Owen normally making very few mistakes. Oh, great dive.
Great dive.
Get up. There we go. Oh my god.
Unbelievable rally.
There we go.
Getting lots of noise from the crowd there.
Yes, there we go. Oh.
Brilliant rally.
Oh, there we go. That's a clip for YouTube. That's going in a highlight reel somewhere.
No right to win that rally.
No, I think that should have been Owens. That should have been Mavericks right there. But can't help but applaud.
The crowd enjoyed that one.
Yes, exactly. Just pushing that one wide. It's a few errors. Owen, I'm surprised you haven't seen. Oh my goodness, that's two.
Oh, that's.
Yeah, the last one you could maybe
like
forgive him for going for the line. He was being aggressive there, just maybe lack of concentration.
Got to remember, he has got the advantage with the power play, so he does have one power play that he can use in this game.
Yeah. Be interesting though. Will he use it maybe around 5 or 6? If he gets to 5 or 6 points, would he use it to try to get that early lead? Then
I feel like he could put a lot of pressure on himself if he saves it for that last 9. As we were saying before, a lot of people tonight have been using the power play at 9. It'll be interesting to see if he does decide to wait, see if he can get there.
Just in case, maybe just always wanting to keep that ace up his sleeve, depending on how the match is going. So 3-all, early days in this final set, but again, all to play for. A lot riding on this set, more than normal, just considering the overall score. Of course, Pembroke, as far as the other BPL teams will be rooting for Sam in this one. They do not want to see Mavericks get any bigger of a lead than they already have.
Mavericks off their 24 points at the top of the table, plus another 4 puts them up to 28 now. So they're getting those points they need to.
Brilliant shot there by Owen again. Yeah, so we haven't added up the scores from the other matches yet. However, it's again they're just slowly. They probably have. They as a team probably have a number in mind, and they say, right, if we get this number of points, we will pretty much win the BPL. So again, it's all to play for here. So So I'm sure the other teams will be rooting for Sam in this one. Unfortunately, those sorts of errors just so costly
You just
at this
won't
stage.
get. You just won't get away with them.
You just will not get them back. So we'll see. Only 1 point in it though at this stage, so it's still anybody's game.
These fifth sets are so mentally
tough.
challenging.
They're tough because
So mentally challenging. You just see there, Owen straight away, unforced error off the second shot.
Yes. Again, see neither. I suppose
Again.
Oh, my goodness. Again, this is what this format, the BPL pressure, does to a lot of players. Like neither of these guys are known for making unforced errors.
Yeah.
It is their bread and butter is consistency, rallies.
Yeah, long rallies,
working their opponents, and we've seen a number of very early unforced errors in these rallies from both players, even off the serve on a couple of occasions, which would be unheard of for these guys normally in tournament play. But so it's just with this much of a crowd, with your teammates behind you, this much on the line, going into this stage of the season, so everyone's aware.
Being a must-win for Pembroke to stay alive tonight as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
that also.
All the pressure's on Sam.
Yep.
After losing his doubles as well.
Yes. It's a good thing that he can't hear us saying that.
No.
Not that we would be wanting to put more pressure on him.
Yeah.
That I'm sure he's well aware of it. But again, only 1 point in it. This match still could go either way.
Either way. Don't forget Owen's decided his power play here.
I think that's smart. Try to get some distance now when he's within reaching.
Bit of momentum after that break there.
Yep.
Oh, and
he
he's got
gets
it.
it
He's got
with
it.
the unforced error again. Sam just trying to do too much with the cross-court smash. In fairness to Sam, those smashes were coming off in the last game. They were getting him points. Just not making Owen play the shots. Not making him hit that extra shot. He's in the net, just slightly out. These sorts of things.
Oh,
That's a great cross-court shot. Pulling Sam out of position, and another one into the net. I think at this stage, that's just playing back-to-back matches is just
a little bit of tiredness.
Yeah, I think a little bit of fatigue, mental fatigue, because I'm sure this guy could go run a 5-10K now if he needed to, but it's just mental fatigue. Being this wired and switched on for the best part, I suppose if you add his doubles, the best part of an hour now is very difficult at this high level. Because if you think, through tennis matches and stuff might be 3-4 hours depending at the majors. However, there's a lot more breaks in tennis. There's a lot more times to rest. You get maybe like a minute or two between sets. These sorts of things. You switch around.
This is match point.
Yeah.
And tie point as well.
Yeah.
To go 5-0 up.
Pressure. Owen probably just trying to.
Just caught the line, maybe. He's called it out, and Sam didn't question it.
Didn't question it. I think that was tight. I think that was really tight. However, most of the shuttle, again, we don't have the greatest angle, but most of the shuttle looked to be out. So I think from our angle,
There's no question from Panthers. So
again, just very, very sportsmanlike. Wasn't a question. There wasn't. What was the sprinter for for USA? When he got false started, he lay down in the track and said, "I will not move." Can't remember his name, but it's thankfully we haven't had to deal with some of that. As hilarious and funny as that would be for the YouTube clips, that's not something. Thankfully, we see that often in badminton. Everything very sporting. Again, everybody knows each other. We're all friends at this stage. So good to see that. So we will go back to our forecourt selection screen and see what is happening on the other courts. So we have that singles is over. We have two ladies. We have a men's singles that looks to be in the fourth. Oh, power play. Right, we can jump to court one very quickly. This might be the last point. So we have the Falcons player using the power play, trying to claw back a lead. But we'll see if this one, if Cormac is able to pull this one out of the bag. It would be quite the magic trick at this stage. You'd have to save several match points. Oh, great cross-court net shot there, putting him under pressure. But Cormac able to, what a reverse slice. He tried, maybe a little fancy there from Cormac, but is able to pull his opponent out. It gets the net cord. Again, A great lift though off that net guard, and he gets, and it's out. All right. Here we go. 9-10.
David a bit frustrated there.
Yes. He did amazing to stay in that point. There was a couple of times Cormac played shots and got a
here
net
we
guard.
go. The 9-point power play being used here, I think.
He actually had just used, so he was on 7.
Oh, was he?
Used his power play to get to 9 to claw back.
Okay.
So again, another
net cord, was
brilliant shot though. Just too good from his opponent there. Looked like it was a great singles. Unfortunately, the Falcons player not able to bring it to a 5th.
And that's a good win for Dynamite 21 there.
Indeed.
To
It
go
is indeed.
only 2-3 behind instead of a 4-1 deficit.
Yep.
So good win there for them.
It is indeed, keeping them alive in the match overall, and also valuable points. Falcons will be looking to take as many points out of this as possible. Again, going into the finals on the 10th of May. So, we've got a comment.
Yeah, little compliments coming in from my grandparents.
Oh, very good. Always getting support from the family. Always great to see. Love it. Absolutely love it. So what read out the comment. When you got to read out the comment. That's how
we've got a well done, Craig McCorney. It's great to hear and see Craig, Marion and Michael.
There you go.
Thanks for the comment.
There you go. Thanks for the comment. Anyone else, please? We do read out comments. We take questions. We will take requests on games to watch. We do all these sorts of things. So please do not be shy. This is the advantages of a live stream is that you get to interact with us, and you as the viewer have a say in what's going on. So as great as watching players warm up is, we'll go back to our forecourt set up here and to see any matches you reckon would be.
Looks like we've got all ladies doubles on court at the minute, or 1 warming up and 2 in play. So it looks like we're going to go for ladies doubles here, Brian.
Sure. So 1 and 2 are warming up. Yes, 1 and 2 are warming up. So we got so Raptors, Spartans, and another Raptors Spartan. So we shall tell you what. Why don't we grab this one? We'll grab court 4 because they're a couple sets in. Watch a little bit of that one, and then if we will then maybe switch over to the other, depending how that one's going, because that one's just starting in. What we got?
We've got the brother now. We've got the
family
whole family on
there you go.
On the YouTube.
Have you just been texting? please comment on this, blah blah blah. But very good. No, what's our comment?
This is from my brother saying, "Hey Craig, live stream is going great. Good stuff, guys."
There you go.
Thanks,
positive comment.
Kyle, for the comment.
100% positive comments thus far.
Good to see.
Yes, there we go. 100%.
Keep the comments coming in. Any questions anyone has as well?
Of course, positive comments always good. But again, this is the internet. I am suspicious about only positive comments. So anyway, yes.
We'll pick up a ladies doubles here.
Court 4. Here we go. Into the action. So power play being used right here by the Spartans. We'll have to find out. Well, 78. It's a big power play, whoever's playing it at this court. So look to be the
they won
Spartans. So 10-7 brings them to game point. That would take them to 2-1 down.
So this match, South Dublin Spartans Raptors 2-1 to South Dublin Spartans. Give you a quick update now on the scores so far.
Overall in this head-to-head. Cool. So while Craig's doing that, I will continue. Although there seems to we've got a counter power play now by the Raptors. So we will take your power play and we will raise you a power play as well. Interesting that they're using this 10-8 down. They're really trying to not let the Spartans get this lead in this set, in this match. Sorry. Where they got the cross court. Almost tripping and falling over, but at the end, leaving the leave was the correct play. So the South Dublin Spartans taking this set, so it gives them a 2-1 advantage.
So just quick update on the scores. So we saw that Loretta Zayed singles earlier.
Yes.
Which went to Zayed, if we remember.
Yes.
So that
very
gave
tight match, 5 sets. Yep.
That gave the Spartans Raptors won the one they've gotten so far.
Okay.
And then the other 2 games won by South Dublin so far have been Sophia Noble won her singles 11-3, 11-7, 11-4 against Alexandra Troy.
Quite comfortable there. 3 sets.
Yeah.
3-0.
Two young upcoming players as well having a having a battle with each other. But it's interesting that Sophia won that comfortably.
Interesting. Nice. Good. Well done. Well done.
And
Sophia.
also we had Adam McAllister, Declan Bennett taking one for South Dublin in the men's doubles, which we missed. So they won 11-10, 11-9, 8-11, 11-7.
Great.
So that's an update on the scores this game so far.
Yeah, fantastic. Again, always. We've got one more.
And one more men's doubles as well. So Sean Patrick led a Daniel O'Mara took a match against John O'Brien and Jack Davis. 8-11, 11-7, 11-9, 11-10.
Those are tight scores.
Some tight games so far in this tie.
Yeah, so, 3 of those sets, only 2 points in it. So, well played. Well done. That's, again, one of the... I suppose a good thing about the BPL is that there's that much going on all 4 courts, all very, very good matches that we can only cover so many. So, it's good to see. So, we will bring you as many results as possible. Of course, please, if there's any match you want to see, please leave a comment, or any if you want to know what any of the results are, please let us know. We'll do our best to facilitate and answer your questions on that. So back to the doubles, 2-1 up for the Spartans, 2-all in this fourth set. The Raptors looking to take this one to keep this match alive. Very aggressive play here. It seems that the Spartans are happy to sit on the defense here.
Defending well by the looks of it so far.
Yeah, they seem to be very comfortable. That's almost would be like their style. They're happy to let the Raptors attack, and then just try to find the space and work on their counter. The plan didn't go so well there.
Yeah, just a slightly out of position.
Yeah.
Short lift.
Yeah.
And as we were talking about earlier, a lot of times in doubles, well, we can play smashes to the body as well, just to catch our opponents off guard.
Yeah.
But generally, players are going to be looking to hit to that racket hip.
Yes. So so if I'm my left-handed self, the inner hip would be like in here, because it's the most awkward place to get to.
Yeah.
So doubles players very much trained and practice smash. Like right there we go. Great example. Thank you for the players giving us very relevant talking points to what we were just saying. So it's a very awkward place because it's kind of between your forehand and your backhand. So it's very awkward to get to mechanically. So just a 1 point lead here for the Spartans. Anyone's playing. The Raptors probably, I'd say next time Raptors get served, we might see a power play from them, just to see if they can get some sort of, or at this point it'll be clawing back the lead. That these Spartans,
as you see another body smash there.
So effective.
Being effective.
Very effective in doubles. A little bit of a lapse in concentration there. So nope, not yet. I thought we might have seen the power play coming out. Try to get a lead, just to do whatever they can to make sure they secure this set. They've decided they were going to try to keep this for a little bit later. Oh, again at the body, but able just to get her body out of the way and return that one. Back and forth. Spartans just able to iron it at the drop. Great rally, have to say.
Racket Raptors on the defense, turned it into offense, which is a lot of the time what you have to do to win rallies, because very difficult to win rallies in doubles when you're on the defense.
Yes.
So they're looking to block to the net and get on that attack.
Yeah. Switching the attack. And normally the Spartans, I'd say it was more their game, but the Raptors definitely very comfortable attacking.
Oh, and a net court there.
Little kiss of the tape on the way over. So yeah, I think the Raptors generally like being on the offense more, and I'd say that they probably have to. There's more pressure for them to keep the attack, whereas Spartans, they will switch. They're happy to start the rally on defense and then work their openings, work the Raptors players around in order to change their offense.
A lot of the times in ladies doubles as well, you have to be quite patient.
Yes.
A lot of rally building, looking for gaps, changing the pace of the shuttle, that sort of stuff.
And to really set up your net player.
Really that was a good example there of
there you go.
Of Keneally coming on the net fast.
It's nice having these players help us out like this. We're talking about something, they then demonstrate it as we're talking about it. So thank you, ladies. You're making us look competent, at least. I wouldn't say looking good necessarily.
Power play here.
Power play. Looking to get to game point. It's good they're using this early. I'm glad seeing this used early. I hate seeing people saving power plays for a moment that never comes. Oh, unforced error.
I feel if you go potentially 2 games down, your power play should have been potentially used when you
already.
needed it.
Yeah,
You
I know
know?
what you mean. I know
So,
what you mean.
Um,
Well, they've used their power plays, so like they can't. They've done what they can in that sense. So you just have to
So-
be careful because the Spartans do have a power play left, and we will probably see that coming out now. There we go. They're walking over to it to use that power play. Oh, do we have some more comments? Ooh, Ashley has heard a rumor that Corona and Adam, who are engaged, I believe, will be playing against each other later on. That could be spicy. And they are, in fact, we have just on our score sheets, we confirmed that they are playing against each other. So we will try to bring a little bit of action there. It could be interesting to see how that one plays out. It's always difficult playing against a significant other. I have a quick story on that one, but I will save it till after this set, because 9-all, everything to play for. All power plays used. Chambers are ammunition is spent. We're on bayonets here. Everyone's all in, and they go to shove the net. Oh, they just a great retrieve to keep the Raptors in that one. They've been on the attack the whole time, and another, I guess, 2 or 3 errors into the net from the Raptors there. When they had the Spartans under the cosh, they had all the pressure on them. Just let them off the hook. Get out of jail free card here.
match point now for South Dublin.
Match point. Still not over till it's over. Oh, just miscommunication.
Nicely found the gap there. They left quite a lot of gap there on the cross court.
I feel the Raptor really, well, in fairness, she was coming in, she was being aggressive, gambled a little bit. Don't know if on match point that was the time to gamble, but tried it out. In this case, it didn't work, but well played to everyone on court. Again, apart from the first set, they was all really, really tight scores. You know, only 3 points in both 2 of the set, and then only 2 points in one of them. So it's well played by all, have to say. And that's great.
Yeah,
Right,
so next on that court, you can follow another ladies doubles.
Okay.
So next coming up on that court will be Jennifer Lawler and Sophia Noble, South Dublin, against Alexandra Troy, Lucy Fox. So another ladies doubles you can follow there.
Yes, I think that'll be a really good match. We're going to go to our usual all court, 4 court split and see what we have coming up. So we've got the Aylesbury. We've got a ladies doubles on 1, Falcons against 21. That's probably going to be a good match to watch. We'll just checking scores here to see which ones are more advanced. Maybe the other Spartans Raptors one might be good because they're 2 sets in. Those scores look to be quite tight. What do you think, Craig? What would be the call?
We'll go for one where the scores are tight.
Okay, so I'd say it's court 3 just because they're in the 3rd set already. Okay.
Yeah, we'll pick up that one.
Okay, because then the Aylesbury look to be taking that ladies doubles very comfortably, 1 and 3 in the first 2 sets. So we'll keep an eye on that score. However, I think we'll be moving to court 3.
Ladies doubles on all courts there at the moment.
Yeah, and I think we've picked the one that these scores look to be quite good. Yep, great and tumble net shot there by the Spartan. So go 2 sets though to love for the Raptors. So Spartans, everything to play for. Great, well worked there. It was quite wide there from the Raptors player, but we shall see how this one progresses. Hopefully we've just joined in time. Of course, very well played.
Quick on the net there from Sophia.
Sharp. See, they were just waiting. They were just waiting for us to go live on this court. They were saving all of their best shots till they had somebody maybe down at this side wave at them when they seen that we were live on this court, and then they said, okay, right now it's time to go. You know, so they were maybe throwing the first 2 sets to make it look like an epic comeback in order to try to make the YouTube clips. Which, hey, I can't blame them. I would do the same. Problem is I'd throw the 2 and then lose the 3rd. I probably wouldn't have the ability to come back. So power play being used here. Try to extend this league, and that was such a high serve. Unfortunately, that's the pressure, I'd say, is a little more intense using the power plays in Dublin. Not Dublin. All the power plays are used in Dublin.
We're in Dublin.
Yeah, I know. In doubles, simply because the serving in doubles is a little bit more. There's more pressure, you know,
Yeah.
because the player can be, because there's two on the court. They only have to cover a little bit of ground. They can be so much more aggressive. Whereas in singles, you can play a short serve, be a little. You've got to give yourself some space, just to get yourself in the rally. Where in doubles, it's very difficult. If you have a short serve, it's probably going to be jumped on a flick. Then you're inviting the smash. So it's a lot.
I mentioned that that first 3 shots in double has been really important from this level all the way right up to professional level.
Definitely.
So that's why your serve is so key in getting that good serve. And you'll see a lot of players as well serving to the tee, looking to cut out that angle coming out into the court. Not too many wide serves because you're just leaving yourself exposed.
You give your opponent more options.
Yeah.
That way, so you have a lot more ground to cover if you serve out wide. It's nice to mix it up just to throw your opponent off so they don't get too comfortable jumping the tee.
Yeah.
But in this case, most of the serving you'll see either to the body or to the tee, as you said.
Yeah, you'll see players mixing it up a lot from that racket, that non-racket foot that the player has forward receiving, all the way over to the tee, just mixing up their serve across that sort of space.
Yeah, so the majority, again, right the way up to professional. That's where you see the majority of serves.
Landing short there.
A couple short serves in a row there, I think. Again, that's the thing is, you'll sometimes see the few players even throw in, maybe even intentionally a short serve, just because it's see if the opponent player will jump on it, and they're more likely to make an error or gives them less options in that case. So just see how the judgment's going. Great defense there. I think the Raptors definitely should have won that one, but Spartans with their defense able to stay in that. So well done. Looking to stay in this one. Looking to take this match. This puts some game point. Game point. This will keep them in it. This will bring it to a 4th set, which I'm sure the audience are hoping will happen. Oh, are they on force there? Kind of giving them that set a little bit, but hey, it's
a lot of young players on court in this game.
Yes, it's great to see. It's one thing about the BPL. I really enjoy is it gives these younger players the opportunity, the experience of playing in front of a crowd, experience of playing against some of the best talent in Irish badminton. An opportunity that you might only get to experience once every couple of months if you're entering tournaments in that case. And then again, if you're entering a senior tournament, this competition's really steep, so you might only get 1 or 2 matches, whereas in the BPL, like we play out all the matches, so you get court time, you get experience. You've got your coaches helping you. You've got a team environment, so everyone's trying to help you develop, help you improve as a player.
3 of these players on court now have made Irish national team, underage national teams this season.
There you go.
So you've got Sophia Noble. It's made the under-17 Irish team, along with Lucy Fox, also made the under-17 Irish team for this season.
There you go.
And Alex Troy has been picked for the under-19 Irish team this season. So you got good young experience coming through on court in this match.
Great to see this. This is where you got to give them experience, because then they can take that experience, they can take that knowledge that they're gaining in the likes of BPL, and then, as you say, on the national teams, they're used to playing in front of a crowd. They're used to that match pressure that the BPL brings. They can then use that in tournaments. In other countries.
Serve them well.
Yes.
South Dublin looking to attack quite a lot in this match.
They seem to be, it seems almost like a rule reverse from the last one. The last one, the Spartans were quite comfortable to defend, whereas in this one, looks like both players trying to get on the attack, but then still happy to move around. Great switch there from Sophia. Setting up the short lift.
Another good rally. Great rally.
Great rally. Need to see a little more assertiveness, I'd say, from the
Spartans. On the net court.
The net court to finish. I felt that should have been the Spartans. It was theirs to win.
It was.
They had the opportunity. Though, in fairness to the Raptors players, they played a couple tight net shots, and they were able then to switch onto the attack and eventually get the point. To the very early key point. No unforced error in that case. So those big rallies can be they can be worth several points. You know what I'm saying? Because then we got a quick unforced error there from the racket of Sophia. So that's 2 points now. There we go. Spartans on the defense, seeing what they can do if they opportunity. What a great cross-court shot! My goodness, pulled it out of the bag. That required something special. Sophia says, "Don't worry. What are you worried about, guys? I've got this. This is why I play."
A little bit of our singles game coming out in there, that cross net.
Oh, yes, it should be more. You describe her more as a singles specialist.
Singles would be her main game,
Mhm.
but you saw a bit of her singles coming out there.
Yes,
Um,
that the wider.
Yeah, not a
Easy.
shot that we would tend to play in level doubles, ladies or men's, the
Mhm.
cross net. So
Risky.
it leaves you very exposed on that short distance on your straight.
Yeah,
So we
Good,
tend
yeah.
not to leave the court exposed like that on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
straight when we can.
yeah. Just because in doubles, they because you have a net player, you're gonna because there's people on court. You have one player who can
Mhm.
designate, who can cheat up at the net and take risks. So again, playing a cross court net shot like that, very risky, but hey, it pays off. Again, just a few little. I feel that the Spartans would play like an amazing rally, and then the next point or two they just let it down a little bit with an easy mistake, and hopefully that was in just for the Spart. There we go.
Yeah, hard to see from our view here.
Yeah, we don't always get the best camera angles, but hey, we're doing fantastic with what we got. So 5-2 for the Raptors.
Again, waiting for the call on that one. Landed out.
Landed out, so 6-2. These ladies a little bit more composed than some of the guys on court. Normally with the guys, we don't have to wait to see what the call is. Their body language reveals where the shuttle landed very clearly.
Yeah.
So with all these ladies being very composed, they've got their poker faces on for the match. So we have to wait for the call. Do it the old-fashioned way. A tumble net shot.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Just taking a hit in the net court there and going over.
Almost hitting her opponent or her teammate at the net there, Sophia, with that swing. I think her net partner should have either come back and hit that, or no. I think the right call was made to let Sophia, because she was at the back. She was able to come forward with momentum. She can see clearly. She can easily take that shot. Just probably her partner should have made a little more effort to get out of the way. But all is well that ends well. They got the point. Playing up the backhand, another unforced error.
One or two there in Lawler's round-out corner. She's just been slightly off balance.
Yes, I feel she's not. She probably needs to have her feet just a little further out that direction, so she's not as off balance as you mentioned when she's actually hitting those shots. So again, they're getting it back. Need to get their skates on. I'm surprised we're not seeing a power play from them.
Good on.
Oh my goodness, that was right onto her racket. Oh, another shot from the rear court.
South Dublin had their chance there. When she
I
didn't finish that at the net.
Yep.
They had their chance.
think they got a get out of jail free card there. They didn't capitalize. I probably would have suggested using the power play there just to really try to put the pressure on them. Great net shot there.
A few cross-court nets in this match.
Yeah.
Proving good so far.
Troy, yeah. They're very good. I tell you, my net shots aren't that good. A lot of players in the BPL doing a cross-court net shots like this. Troy letting them off the hook a little bit there. So yes, we're now seeing the power play, which is good. However, having to save 5 match points.
Getting hydrated here.
Hydrated, always necessary. Drink water. So cheers. Always stay hydrated, especially the players. So that was as expected though. That set was pretty much in the bag. I think they just waited too long in order to use their power play. You know, they probably should have used it earlier in the set. But again, it's easy saying that from my seat, from where we're sitting here in the commentary box. When you're down there in the heat of battle, it's a clear head is worth a lot of points.
Yeah, so Raptors taking that match, put them 2-4 behind. Still there for them.
Again, 2-4-5 would be the hill, as the Americans would say, on the match. So not quite there, but getting there.
But again, they were in looking like they were going to lose this very early on.
Yep.
When they were 4-0 down, and now they pulled it back. So
managed to claw 2 back.
It's got to feel good for them.
Alrighty. So while these guys are warming up, we're going back to our 4-court selection system. So we have, let's see what. Okay, the Falcons must have taken that ladies doubles it was 1 and 2 or 1 and 3 in the first 2 sets. So I'll presume that I think it's safe to say if they're finished already, they would have taken that. In this case, the Fiona Farrell. Yes, there you go. You have 3 straight sets.
Yeah. 11-1,
So
11-3,
over
11-6.
Lawler and McGowan. So Fiona Farrell and Lauren in 3 straight, 11-1, 11-3, 11-6. Clean and tidy. Not too much effort used, but again, Lauren and Fiona, very experienced ladies doubles pair. They've played a lot of tournaments together. They win a lot. They're very, very tidy pair. So there's always this tough ask for the youngsters, I think, in that one.
Yeah.
So let me see, court 3 warming up, court 4 between matches, and that Mavericks Pembroke, a little bit. It's not a. They're all still trying to fight for points and that sort of thing. So we have not. I suppose we'll be kicking off the mixed doubles sections of the night. It'll be mostly mixed doubles from here, right?
Yeah, all of these ties will have 3 mixed doubles in each.
Okay. We'll tell you what. Shall we jump on the court 4 for what is probably the last of the ladies doubles this evening, and then we'll be all mixed here from here on out. Just to see this one. What do you think?
Yeah,
Craig?
we'll get in here and see what's going on.
And the Wayne's World reference. What is it?
Yeah.
Love it. Love that film. So, Mavericks 5-0 up now against the Panthers and 1-0 up in this set. So we'll see. We'll watch a set, maybe 2 of this one, and see how the match is progressing. If it looks like it's going to be a little one-way street, then we'll jump in. I think there was a mixed doubles against Aylesbury and the 21 Dynamite that looked to be just kicking off, so we might also jump in there. So we've got my other water. So we'll say hello to Boo, any Nintendo fans out there. Boo's like, I suppose, a mini mascot for myself and all my tournaments I used to go to, sorry, I should say. So we'll see. The Mavericks, I don't know too much about the Pembroke pair, but I think the Raptors, the Mavericks players I've seen play a couple times before. They'll be tough to beat.
Yeah, so we've Kerry Fallon and Dawn Carter playing here for Pembroke Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Kerry just coming out of underage badminton.
Okay.
Had some very good results and making a couple of Irish teams as well. So
very good. Always good to see.
Another promising young player.
Yep.
And Dawn Carter, experienced player, has been playing badminton for a number of years.
We'll not speculate on how many.
No.
Through fear of retaliation.
You notice a few players have a lot of maybe old injuries and stuff, using various knee braces, and someone else, Will Lacey earlier, using tights to keep those calves warm.
Just keep warm. Just help prevent any niggles from creeping in, any muscle soreness. Definitely a new thing. I'd say 4 or 5 years ago you probably wouldn't see any of that really, but you now see it, and you see the Bryan brothers in the tennis doing it a lot. They wear these skins.
Yeah,
on their
you'll
legs.
see it at even the top level. A lot of the guys, a lot of the Danish players at the moment wearing calf supports and tape and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
to see in not so much in the legs, but definitely in for the arms, basketball, and some tennis players even adopting the one arm sleeve and different things. So I think the idea is that it keeps the muscles warm, so that reduces the risk of pulling muscles or picking up niggles and different things, and just kind of keeps everything compressed. So I think compression
socks or tights.
Yeah, would be the term used for those. So 9-3, the Panthers looking to take this one.
Yeah, looking to come back after losing the first one.
Yeah, 11-8 though. I guess we don't know what happened in that one, how the scores were going around. However, again, no power plays used in the first set by either pair.
Interesting. It seems to be a trend this evening. A lot of people using their power plays late in the game or late in the match.
Yeah.
So,
smash over the head.
I feel you're putting a lot
Okay.
of pressure on yourself using your power play late in the game.
Yeah.
Compared to if you're losing it at love all, I find that using it at love all,
Mhm.
you're playing a bit more free than when you're using it
Yeah.
at 9 to try and win a
Know what you
game.
mean. Know what you mean.
So I think you are, in a way, you're going to win the game if you use your power play at 10
Mhm.
or 9.
Yeah.
But at the same rate of going, you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself to get that win with
Yeah. Yeah.
potentially your last power play.
Yes. So I suppose the danger is that if you leave it too late, it could be too little, too late, or there's already a big enough gap that it doesn't make as much of a difference. But again, in the second set, I suppose it's one set all. So there's still, so both pairs will still have opportunities to use both of their power plays, because I believe also the rules, you're only allowed to use one power play per set
Yeah, that's right.
for each pair. Yeah. So both pairs, having not used their power plays yet, because it's one set all, both players will have the opportunity to use their all of their power plays over the next couple of sets, no matter how the match turns out.
Yeah.
So
Oh, we're going into the third game now.
one set all, quite a swing in that second one as well. 11-5. That's quite
Yeah.
comfortable in this format. That's quite a
After
comfortable
losing
win.
the first 11-8.
Yep.
Seamus telling coach to leave the court there, having a laugh. Seamus animated as always on
Yes.
court.
Great.
Always has a bit of a laugh with the players. Which
Always
is great to see.
Yes, he's probably one of the most entertaining umpires
Yeah.
that there is out there. Also, he would have some international experience at the
Yeah, just coming back from a couple of events abroad. Would
Yeah.
have been actually umpiring at the recent All Englands
There you go. It's a
in,
lot of
in Birmingham. So
Yeah.
one of our most experienced umpires.
yeah, good to see. Always good. It's always nice to have an experienced umpire who's seen a lot of stuff on court. You know, he just
Yeah.
knows how to handle the situation, and also good to see such always in high spirits. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Really, just willing to lift a room, just with his personality.
Nice return of serve there from Nastia, just down into the space on the tram line.
Mhm. So 3-1 early lead for Mavericks, but again, at this stage, just too early to tell which way this one is likely to go. Ooh. Maybe you should have left that one for a partner, but nope, never mind. Never mind.
No.
Ignore what I'm saying. It was in. Good shot. Hit clean winner.
Hard for you to get a view of it though.
Yeah,
We,
well-
we can't really see that.
Thanks for saving me on that. Thanks for making an excuse for me in that one. I appreciate it.
I had your back on that one, Brian, don't worry.
Thanks. So, a little bit loose on that mid shot, but hey, it was up the backhand side, so they got away with it. Still on the defense though.
Nice
Ooh.
change of pace there.
Great shot to the middle,
Yeah.
and again hitting that
Yeah.
hip, that inner hip.
It was all very similar speed, and then Dawn at the net just changed the pace onto the tee,
Yep,
forcing that sort of short lift which Kerry put away. So
yep. Good stuff.
nice play there from Pembroke.
Good stuff. The good flick. The flick's actually a deceptively difficult shot to get right. You
Yeah.
see a lot of people flicking in doubles, and it's practically a giveaway a point because it's
Mm.
so short.
Yeah,
I'm speaking from experience here.
Yeah, it's a difficult shot and not something would advise doing in doubles a lot of the time.
Yes,
You know, it
Yeah.
has to be in the back box on the back
Yeah.
line. It needs to be into the space. You know.
yeah. So it's a way to throw your opponents off of their rhythm, as opposed to a serve that you would use like maybe in singles more
Yeah.
often.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, just
another
little
tight
mistake
net
there.
exchange there.
Pamela Pontono is a serving there. Another young player coming out of underage level, represented the Irish team a few times. So
There we go.
would be in that under 19 age group.
Very good. BPL littered with international talent.
It's a long way out. That.
It's quite wide. That was quite wide. But I think looked to be a little bit out of position there, so it was kind of scrambling to get
Kind
to
of
it.
a bit off balance hitting that.
Yep. Agreed. Ooh. So a bit back and forth, not too many
It's a little bit scrappy at the moment.
Yeah.
I feel. A lot of them forced errors in the first
Yeah.
3-4 shots.
no pair has a lot of momentum at the moment, so it's just who can
A loose one there from Nasty at the net.
Yeah.
Kerry just straight onto it.
putting it away. It's given the Pembroke pair the advantage.
Still no power plays used, which is
Very surprising, actually, at this
interesting.
stage.
Could see one at 9 here.
Yes.
When they take, if they take this 9.
If they take this point, I
for
think
9.
it's, we're calling it now here.
We're
Calling it now.
it in the box.
Yeah. That's the call from the commentary booth.
Yeah. Here we go.
Surprised
7-8, 7-8.
I'm surprised even at 7-8 that the Mavericks haven't decided to pull it out.
It's an important set for Pembroke here. Being 5-0 down in this match, they need to get something out of this tie.
Yes, exactly. Because the thing is, if they lose this point, that puts Pembroke on 9, and they'll definitely be using their power play.
Exactly.
So I would definitely be expecting them to use it now. I guess they're trying to see if it banking. I suppose in a way you could think about it, they're backing themselves to get to 9 first.
Yeah.
Which has just happened.
Interesting to see.
So if I was the coach, I would definitely be shouting at the Mavericks players, use your power play.
Might see it now, maybe from.
That's been the
there we
difference,
go.
you know. It's that could be just who used their power play.
Yeah, here we go.
Pulled the trigger. So we'll see if
Here we
this
go.
see if this pays off.
Oh.
It did not. All the talk about the power play, and it ended up. Well, the thing is, suppose you use it, you give yourself the opportunity to win that set. So you put yourself in a position to win.
Pressure again, though.
Yep.
As I was
That's right.
talking about earlier,
Yes.
you're using your power play at 9. It's more pressure than when you're using it.
Even on
earlier
yourself,
in the game.
because when you're using your power play on 9, you have to step up and serve.
Yeah.
So there's more pressure on yourself than it is your opponents.
Yeah.
You know, because you have to put a good tight serve in. If it's sloppy in any way, then your opponents are going to have the advantage, able to spring on that. So, great shot down the middle there.
Nice.
Take that
Just
set, 10
another
all.
Change of pace down onto the tee.
So that gets Pembroke 2-1, looking to pick up their first point of the night. It's not often Pembroke would say that after 5 matches.
Boy, they need it, eh?
Yeah, I'd say they could be, with the way the table's looking, they could be saying good night to the BPL, depending on how this is going to go. So that mixed that'd be on next.
Yeah.
Just checking we're very interested to see the potential sparks flying between one of the many couples in badminton. I'll not elaborate on that too much. Just get myself in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
But that'll be one to watch. Especially we're going to watch that because we have a comment requesting that match, which is something we encourage everyone to do. If anyone's watching, questions, comments, compliments for us mostly, please do not be shy. So again, Ashley Coyne is requested to see that match. So when it comes on, we will flick across to it. So again, 2 sets to 1 up for Pembroke. Flick out wide.
No.
Yes. Yep, it's a wide in that case.
Yep.
So 1-love, early lead. Again, this stage not too important, but interesting. We haven't seen anyone. Again, you suggested using your power play even as early as the first couple points.
Yeah, I feel like in the other Premier League nights we would have seen that a bit more, but in these later, we're on Premier League night 5 now. I think there's a lot more pressure on the teams to get the points, especially because the table's so close.
Yes.
So I think we're seeing a lot more power plays being used late in the games. So
do you think that has anything to do with how many of the younger players that we're seeing now?
Yeah, well, we're seeing some young players on all the teams.
Yes,
and obviously we've got the Dynamite 21 team, which is an under 21 team, which is obviously new into the Premier League this season, and a nice addition into the league. So, as we see a serve just clipping the neckcourt and landing in there.
Noticing, I think the mix that we've been waiting for has just started, so I think we might switch across to catch that one.
We'll give an update of the scores of this game.
We'll keep an eye, but I think we will be switching across, so we'll just see. I'm not sure what court that is on, so it is on court 3?
Court 2.
It is court 2, yes. Thank you very much. There we go, court 2. We'll see how this match plays out. Really, was she coming back from injury? I think. There, right place at the right time, just able to tap that one over for the... So the first set goes to the way of the Mavericks, and this second set probably going to go to the way of Mavericks as well. That one kind of caught us off guard.
Yeah. So
Dan's got to get movie. It's also interesting because I believe Dan and Kate Frost play mixed together.
That is right. Yeah, they've been playing together for the season, and also both on the Leinster senior team that were away recently, but playing together for the season. And Kate actually just selected for the Surdeman Cup team, which is traveling to China.
Very good. That'll be
her first senior cap.
That'll be an amazing experience.
Good achievement for her to make that team.
Fantastic. So everyone,
we see that game ending there with a pretty low score from Pembroke Panthers.
Yeah. So basically, everybody knowing everyone to varying degrees of intimacy on the court right now. So we'll see this one. See how this one pans out. Look, two very easy sets, very comfortable sets for the Mavericks here. We'll see if.
Remember, Cronin Rooney only coming back from injury, having been out for a year or over.
Just over a year,
with some damage to her ankle. So only coming back into it now. So
so maybe not as match sharp as she normally would be in this case. Yes,
potentially not. Good to see her back playing.
Good, it's always good to see someone back playing after injury. So we'll see at the.
You notice Kate as well has had trouble with her ankle. You notice wearing double ankle supports as well. So
double ankle supports. I believe Andy Murray was something similar. For years he always just during his matches played with double ankle supports. So it's just a little precaution. Some of these players, I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I think I don't believe that when players use ankle supports and things like this during matches, they don't train in them, because then I think the idea is that your ankle muscles then become reliant.
Yeah, that can happen with some of the supports.
It
means you just have to wear them all the time. So players, when they're training, sometimes don't. And for some players, they're kind of annoying as well. They can kind of get
irritating. Having to have them on. And there you go. Here's your early power play. Yes, guys, we are watching you. No need to look at the cameras.
Quick check.
Don't worry about it.
Quick check of the scores.
Adam, your hair is beautiful. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Oh. I swear, these power plays, they do things to people. That serve was... That would have been a brilliant serve to the other court. However, sadly, you can only serve cross court.
You can't say much about that.
Yeah, we'll pretend... We'll ignore that one, pretend it didn't happen. 2-1, moving on. Oh, net court. Cross
good
court
lift
smash.
by Dan, considering. And Adam just hit through his... wife-to-be.
I was going to say, I was literally wondering in my head, what word is he going to use to describe here? So wife-to-be, very, very good selection. I would not have been as tactful, I don't think, in my selection. So I like that. Wife-to-be. Fiance. So I think, again, that's what I remember my dad one time, because there's a lot on the line when you're playing against significant other. I remember when my dad telling me when he was away for a tournament, he actually ended up playing against they weren't married at the time, my mum, and he beat her, and she didn't speak to him for the rest of the weekend. So they were back in Northern Ireland by the time she started speaking to him again. So these are risky matches. I've had the experience, I will say, of playing against a significant other on court, and it's you're never more than one line call away from a separation, I would say. It's dangerous, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially for the guys. You're in the firing line definitely on these sorts of things. So Adam, though, able to keep his cool. Look just wide from here, to be honest, but
see a good call from Dan.
Very sporting of Dan to give him that one.
Yeah, taking the outside of the line there.
Yeah.
Challenge successful, as they say in the BWF.
Yeah. So I'm sure, though, that we are not too far away from getting Hawkeye installed into all the it's part of the live stream. I'm sure I'm just waiting for the
quick glance over the field there just to see if that was coming in or not.
Ireland are working on the forms to get funding for Hawkeye in Badminton Ireland events as we speak.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. I doubt I would probably not hold our breath for it, but I mean, hey, you never know. You can dream. That looked long from here, but again, we have to guess at this distance with the cameras.
Yeah. It's falling out the back.
So again, Pembroke looking to take a little more charge of this one. So Kate putting the hand up, asking Dan to wait. Sometimes that can be a little bit of a play.
Again, some unforced errors from Kate and Adam in this set.
Yeah. So in theory, again, Dan, having played with Kate, should know how to play her. There we go. Oh,
Good
I
change.
love that. Great change of pace.
Yeah.
Brave.
Yeah,
That was a brave charge there from Dan,
Yeah,
because you
yeah,
could
yeah.
quite easy if Adam decided he wanted to smash that.
he saw the space and he was committed to get it there.
I also feel Dan, as a veteran player, read the body language of Adam
Yeah,
and seen that it probably wasn't going to be a smash coming, and decided to cheat forward
yeah.
and gambled on that one, and ended up
Yeah.
it paid off.
Important for them to take a
yeah.
game back there.
Try to get momentum, especially.
Although no power plays for Panthers here, but 2 power plays still for Mavericks, so
Yeah,
got a lot of work to do here.
true. At least they used, if the shows the Penrith were using their power plays, they were doing everything that they
Yeah.
could to win those first couple of sets, and not wanting the Mavericks to get too much of a lead.
Yeah.
So, fair play to them. We'll see how this match unfolds. And 2-1 to play again in this format. It is all to play for, and we'll see how things go. We see Dan McGee not unaccustomed to the reverse sweep in his BPL experiences in his record. So we'll see if he can add another one to his tally tonight in this mixed.
Quick update from the South Dublin game we were
The
watching.
ladies doubles,
The
yes.
ladies doubles, yeah. So Kerry Fallon and Dawn Carter taking that one 8-5, 10-5. So lost the first 11-8 and then won the next 3. 11-5,
There you
11-10,
go. Turn around.
11-5.
Little
So
bit of a hiccup
just quick update
in
from
the
that
first, but well done. Another what comfortable win actually in the end. Once they found the groove, once they found the momentum.
Yeah.
Great defense.
Oh,
It did
catching
so
the
well.
neck
It was a great lift, great depth on the lift there. Had them out of position, had them playing a net, had them playing a drop. They were looking like they were probably going to telegraphed a little bit there by Rooney, but Dan again knew where to be against Kate and able to turn that one around, hit the defense, and Dan hopefully going to put this one away for Pembroke, but unable.
He gets there. He
gets there in the end. I thought actually he was looking like Frost was going to be able to reverse that one.
Yeah. Lots of oohs and ahs as he smashes.
Indeed, I think
Everyone knows you get 10% more power when you shout.
yes,
like that.
exactly. So shouting adds 10% more power. Fact. Sports science proven fact
That's
somewhere.
in the coaching manual. That one.
Yes, of course.
Hand up from Adam, and just as well because Dan's flick was out.
So Dan there flick. However, I'd be interested to see what the if the umpire comes in, because I know in tennis and things that you're supposed to go at the speed of the server.
And then Adam put in the return into the net.
So I think Adam psyched himself out there. So I think that the idea of putting your hand up is to make the person serving wait, to maybe put a bit more pressure on them, maybe try to throw them off their rhythm. However, I feel that in a way it worked because Dan served out. However, because Adam did not move, they played a let.
Yep.
A little bit loose on that mid shot. Oh, Dan did not need to be that tight on that shot. He had plenty of space down the line, though he was there early, so I can see why he went for the cross court. And then Dan just says, well, if you want to wait, I will wait also. I'll make you reserve. So Adams was in. Adams was a really good serve, so I'll see how this play works out for him. And cross court, backhand flick. Did not see that coming, but
it was out.
was out. Good leave, I'm sure. A good leave. Neither the Pembroke players being within 2 meters of it, I'm sure.
Lots of flicks.
Lots of flicks indeed, and then Adam trying to be a little taking on Rooney at the net, maybe trying to prove a point there, and he came back to bite him. And that was a mistake. Generally, taking on the lady like that in mix is not a good play.
Couple unforced errors from Mavericks here.
Yeah, I feel after they've had again almost a curse that the first 2 sets looked to be a little too easy for them. Then now that Pembroke are putting up a bit of a fight, they're starting to dictate some things. It's
again Rooney just trying to serve a little bit wider there. But remember, shuttle's got further distance to travel going wide, so you just have to give it that bit more on your serve if you want to serve wide.
more
like that.
oomph. Yes, I know what you mean.
Again,
I love these mind games. I love these mind games between these 2 guys. Because again, in my opinion, I need to check the rules. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you should have to, in tennis anyway, you have to go at the speed of the server. So when the server is ready to serve, as a returner, you have to be ready.
I think in umpiring terms, there's no unneeded delay or something like that. Unneeded delay, or something like that.
Again, here, like, I'm not sure what the delay is. I'd be interested to see what the what the umpire would say here. But I think Dan is well within his rights to serve at at the speed that he feels
He's
ready.
using some meta game, some mind tactics
Love
here.
it, absolutely love it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
great to see. It's
A lot more effective when the games are to 11, I think. As
yes, a little more.
well. Kate getting up to get that one down on the floor.
That's a good reach. Good reach by Kate right there to cut that one out. You would get the steep angle that Dan was unable to return. Now Dan's putting his hand up. Great to see. Oh, that was a tight serve. Well done, Adam. But and still they managed to get the lift. Just weren't able to capitalize. There's a lot of speed. Probably.
Interesting to see Corona come back into the back of the court there.
Yes. Yes. Well, I feel there's a lot of space for her down the line. I'm surprised that she didn't just play that down the line and follow it in.
I know.
There was the space for it. So we've got the power play out coming
Big
here from the
power play
Mavericks,
coming
trying
here.
to claw back. Well, they've got two of them. I suppose they should be using one in this set. So trying to get back into the lead there at this point. Great play from Rooney. Rooney really setting that up.
Yeah, nice. I'm a bit surprised Adam didn't flick her, actually.
Yes.
I thought he might have flicked her. A lot of the time in mix, we tend to try and flick the lady a lot, just to push her into that back of the court and leave lots of space at the front.
Yeah, because suppose the ideal setup for most pairings in mix is to have the lady at the front. So by
Conventionally.
throwing the flick, you're then they're not having to adapt. So either the lady has to hit a shot at the back and then move forward, in which case she's not going to cover the net as effectively.
Yep.
Or suppose she can stay back, and then that takes them out of their most traditional or more stronger formation.
Yeah.
So again, Pembroke putting the squeeze on again. It seems that Dan seems to be a little bit of a slow starter, but then once he gets his groove, once he finds a rhythm, he figures out what the other pair do well, and then learns how to.
Getting a bit frustrated here.
Yes, well, I think he's putting a lot of effort into this.
Again,
and it's
after
very
losing
tight.
his doubles earlier, I feel like
He'll not be happy about that. Really wants to pick up.
there we go.
There we go. 2 sets all. Dan going with the signature reverse sweep. He's going for it. He's going for the signature reverse sweep. So we'll see.
Another thrilling 5th set coming up.
Again, the amount of times that matches in this format go to 5 sets, week in, week out in the BPL, it shows just how good. I think it shows not just a testament to how high of a standard all of the teams are and how equally matched they all are. I just also think with the setup that this format allows for teams to adjust to what the other pair is doing, and it allows them time to hit the reset button, think about their tactics, and then make a change.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you.
Yeah. Or say, for example, in tennis, if you're like, because the serve is so strong with the way tennis is for, if you're one or two if you have a break up, it's almost set over because it's very just because of how big an advantage the serve is in tennis. It's very difficult then to come back. Whereas with badminton, you don't have the same. You're always in with the shot.
In this 9-match team event format, if you go 5-0 down like Pembroke have this evening, mentally that can be tough for the next game going on.
Yeah.
You're going on knowing you're 5-0 down, knowing you can't win that evening,
that match,
and you have to try and get those points on the board to not let yourself drop down the table.
Agree.
So.
Again, another testament to the setup of the BPL.
Yeah.
It's that every single match that you play counts.
Everything counts. Yeah.
It's great. Great to see. It keeps it always means that every match there's something on the line.
Yeah. Even if you're 6-1 down, like the Pembroke
exactly.
are
They're
this
still
evening.
scrapping to try to get as many matches on the board as possible to finish to put themselves the best position they can for the finals nights on the 10th
I think
of May.
if Pembroke win this one, we're going to see a little bit of a celebration from
yes,
Dan McGee.
Yes, I think that
we're going to call that one.
yeah, definitely. I'd say there's a lot of bragging rights on the line.
Umpire just asking Adam to speed up.
Yep.
He's just taking a little bit too long to get ready.
I think right. So yeah, there's no reason for him, and we see this at all levels. Again, it's just a tactic that can sometimes be used to try to throw your opponent off their serve, which is fair enough, which they're within their rights to do. However, that's when it should be up to the umpire to if he's taking too long, it should be up to him to say speed up.
At all levels of the game now, especially in like the World Badminton Circuit, they're looking to speed up the game. So they've taken out the knocking up with the fresh racket. So if you break strings, you're not allowed to knock up anymore with the new racket. So that's now in the rules.
Well, yes, I think that was always done as like a courtesy to the other
more
player.
etiquette. Yeah.
It was out of courtesy. For example, you would never see that in professional tennis.
No.
That was just never a thing.
Yeah.
If you break a string, then you just have to play with the new racket as is. So I can see what that's happening.
Yeah.
We're seeing that in all sports now. Like I believe golf has had a number of new changes. The big one.
Yeah, a lot of new rules came into the golf this season.
Yeah, like I think
all to speed up the game.
Yeah, I think it's just the way it's going now. Is you don't speed up the game, keep things moving, keep it action packed.
Wanna make it good for the spectator.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. I think with the competition in the marketplace for people's attention has definitely increased massively in the last, say, 4 or 5 years with the amount of opportunity. For example, right now, if you wanted to watch badminton, thanks to YouTube, you're able to watch it live with us right now, whereas previously you might have had to either go to the hall yourself or waited for the amateurish Sky Sports coverage that you would get sometimes of the likes of the All England and stuff, whereas now it's all YouTube, and you can watch the Premier Leagues like this live with ourselves.
Panthers struggling here.
And they don't
6-1 down.
They don't have power plays to use. They maybe have used all that they have maybe in their bag of tricks, and they're changing strategies now. So it'll just interesting to see if they'll be able to do something to come back.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for them here.
Yeah, definitely. But we shall wait and see. That's why we watch. That's why we watch sports. You never know what's going to happen. Again, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to stay hydrated at all times. It is very important for your health.
We'll still take plenty of comments, questions into the YouTube as well.
Indeed, anything you want to talk about, if you want to see a certain match. As again, this current match we're watching was on request, so we do go by the request as well. We do a little bit slack there from Rooney, and this is not the time. I feel that Mavericks are just trying to keep it between the hedges, just trying to play simple shots and let the Pembroke pair come at them. Dan with a little bit of deception there on that shot. This is brilliant.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, I think it's a great switch though by Rooney.
Great switch, yeah.
Fantastic switch.
After her questionable decision to clear.
Yeah, but hey, it's a bold move, Cotton. Let's hope it plays out. Points for knowing what film that's from.
I can't remember.
I'll give you a moment. I'll give you a minute to think about it. It's a very difficult one. It's a very niche film. It's a fantastic film, but I'll see if you can get it. If you can't get it in about a minute, we'll go.
Yeah, we'll take a comment on the
comments. If anyone, yes, bonus points for anyone who can what film that was from.
Yeah, nice.
Again, Rooney just stepping up to the plate. She does not want to have to go.
Yeah, just taking control of the net.
She does not want to have that car ride home and not be the one who.
The commentator's cursed there.
It was. Definitely.
Just rushing her serve there. No need to rush.
Yeah.
Just take her time,
Agreed.
get composed, and put your serve in. Nice.
Fantastic
return
from Dan. Right.
So one time you've got the shuttle in your hand, so you've got to make it count.
Yep. That was loose.
Just as I say.
Yeah. Sadly, I was just nothing you can say about that one. Just loose serve.
That's what I was talking about earlier. That wide serve.
It's risky. It's risky.
Risky and a more difficult serve to get where it needs to be.
Yeah, so match point.
Here comes the power play at 9 points, as we were speaking about this season.
Yep, from the Mavericks.
Yep. Put them 7-1 up.
Yeah. So
into the space.
There we go. Bragging rights done. Everyone looks to be friends after this one, though of course the amount of emotional and relationships at stake here, it was always going to be a fiery game, but thankfully everyone seems to be friends with each other. I'm sure there'll be some banter afterwards, however, I'm sure the damage will be limited.
One more match to go there on that course for anyone who's going to continue to watch this course. We've got Will Lacey and Nastia Zermanzer against John Hammond and Don Carter.
Sure, we might pop back to that one, but we'll have a little look at our forecourt. I think actually we might nip to court 4 because they're in their last set right here.
Yep.
The other ones, the Spartans Raptors have got a bit of time on.
Back onto the Aylesbury and Dynamite 21 match.
Yes. Yeah. There we go. There was another one, I think. There was another mixed on with Niall and Lauren. I'm just looking over at the court. They took on the Dynamite pair. I knew that Lauren and Niall won quite easy, throwing 3 sets. We just had the score up there. I'll see if we can confirm that. But so
Yeah. So
2 sets
we've
to
got,
love up.
Shane Goday and Ashley Coyne for Aylesbury Falcons here against Laura Knirk and Mark Knirk, brother and sister,
Very good.
for under 21s.
You always, I suppose it's not surprising the amount of times you see brother and sister, or the Bryan brothers in tennis, or sisters that come up into the like
A lot of
high
lot of
level.
badminton pairs, family members,
Yep.
playing together actually as well.
Yeah, I suppose it's an
Uh,
easy training partner.
Yeah,
Always available. You can at least bully them
Yeah.
and not be as because they're family. They're stuck with you.
yeah,
You know. So at least with friends and stuff, you have to maybe watch what you say a little bit. But with family members, they're stuck with you no matter what you do to them. So
yeah.
there'll be parents bullying them into playing with
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
So they need to get their skates on a little bit, although
Yeah, a little bit. No power plays used, but they look like the under 21
Interesting, yeah,
pair are
no-
struggling here.
yeah. Now why Aylesbury aren't using a power? I suppose they might use one in the next play. Yeah. So now power play.
Again, those returner serves.
Yeah. So
You're
that's
hitting them out, you're just
Yeah.
throwing away points. When it's only to 11, you won't get away with that.
Yeah, I can only presume that the Falcons players just wanted a bit more court time, a bit more practice by not using their power play there, considering this is potentially their last point. 10-2 up. A little bit loose there from...
We've got one more
Ashley?
mixed of this tie on after this. So we've got Neil O'Flaherty Lara now
Mhm.
against Jack Lawler and Amy Lawler, also brother and sister, coming on court then.
There you
after this.
go, there we go.
So,
Mentioning how there's a lot
It's a
of...
big family affair on that under 21s team,
My goodness, they'll half the family, no doubt. in
and that's the end of that one.
Yeah, very comfortable win there for
Yeah.
Aylesbury in that one.
No problems.
6-4 and 3 looked like just a comfortable day out for the Falcons in that one. But because although very experienced player, I think on the Aylesbury side, they play a lot of BPL matches together. They've played a few tournaments together. I know in their practice they practice a lot together. So I think that the Dynamite was always going to be up against it in that one. I
Always,
feel
yeah.
from a tactical, and like they really had to pull something special out of the bag
Yeah,
in order to
definitely.
get that. So we'll just skip across to our 4-screen selection process. So 2 courts have nothing on them and 1 of warming up. So we by default be going to court 3.
Sticking with the mixed. All
Yes.
mixed left.
They'll be all
this
mixed
evening.
left. So if you're looking to improve your mixed, get out your notepad, pen and paper, and just start taking notes on these mixed. They'll be all mixed, a very high level mixed as well, coming in for the rest of the evening. Apart from that one shot, that was miles wide. But back and forth. This will be a tough one actually. This will be both sides, very accomplished mixed players. I think on
Yep.
on both sides of the net here. So the first set 11-10.
Got Adam McAllister and Vicky Pesty in for South Dublin Spartans.
The purple?
Against in the purple.
In the purple
against,
corner.
Callum Thomas and who have we got? Callum Thomas. Hold on, let me check for you.
There we go. We'll have a little. When Craig checks this out first. So a little bit of an unforced error there. However, I put them to 8. Nope, 7-6. So tight in this third set.
Laura Lynch and Callum Thomas playing
There you
together
go.
there.
Oh, I thought Vicky should have put that one away. She had perfect position there at the net. Interesting. Hey, if it's paying off. Vicky, had the opportunity. She's seen the space. It was there.
Yeah.
Just snatched that a little bit. It was a little too keen to finish that one off in the end. And just couldn't put it away.
interesting serving stuff from Laura Lynch. Keeps her 2 feet very close together when serving.
Yeah,
Not,
so
not something that I would have ever seen before, but
Yeah.
interesting. And she serving well with that.
so see if we can see. Nope, I thought she was serving.
We'll catch it.
We'll catch it
next,
again.
Yeah. Oh,
There's that
interesting.
wide serve you were talking about.
Yeah.
Just there
Yeah.
it pays off.
Just caught her off guard.
Yep.
Just caught her off guard.
So yeah, as you were saying, that's the time to use it.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
throw it in once every
Yeah.
5-6 serves.
Yeah,
Just to
it
get
has
them
to
thinking
have
about
a
it.
bit of speed in it as well.
Yeah.
It can't be kind of floating into the
Yeah.
wide into the tram line. There has to be going with it with speed,
Mhm.
just so they don't have time to get that racket leg or non-racket leg across to it.
Yes, because as I mentioned before, that wide serve. If they do get to it in good time, it gives
Yeah.
them a lot of options in what
Yeah.
to do. Gives them
You'll
a lot of
find
court
a
to
lot
work
of
with.
players, depending on how close they're standing to the service line, they'll
Mhm.
be lunging with their non-racket leg or racket leg.
Yep.
So lunging with your non-racket leg, obviously you can get on the net very quickly because
Yep.
it's a shorter step. If you need to take a longer step, you'll be using your racket leg.
There you go.
So that's just for when you return and
You
serve.
should try coaching.
Yeah.
Might suit you with
Yeah,
this technical knowledge.
Take up some coaching. Get out of this commentary role. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So, especially see that in the men's doubles, a lot of non-racket leg lunging because
Mhm. The speed,
when we're
just wanna
coaching, we tend to people to say, "Oh, well, you can't ever not lunge on your good leg," but that's not true.
That's true.
So-
You can't do just the speed required in men's doubles. Sometimes
Yeah.
you don't always have time
Yeah.
to use the.
We
ideal
might see it from Adam here. Okay, sort of going more with his racket leg there,
Yeah.
but you might spot it now and again. Tend to see it more from the male players.
Mhm.
Good decision to flick.
I think so. Yeah, it's set them up well. That
Yeah.
trying to be a little fancy there now.
Ah.
And from the couple of rides we've seen, that sort of play has worked for him. So
Yeah.
we can't blame him for trying.
Yeah.
And just
But again, less chance of making that unforced there if you're playing it on into the straight
Yes.
into the space.
also gives your opponent less time.
Yeah.
Straight shot. Nice shot from Adam. Just can't get back though.
Yeah. again,
Overcommitted.
Yeah. Fell forward with the shot there.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. I suppose if you're going to make it unforced error on your serve now, early in the
Yeah.
set's the time to do it.
If ever you're struggling with your short serve like that, flick to the middle of the box if you're serving the woman.
Just to get into the
Just
to get into the rally.
Yeah, because it doesn't. At least if your flick is short, it's still definitely going to be in.
Yes.
Just set up on your defense, and then
Yeah.
you're in the rally at least instead of serving into the net. If you're shaking or struggling with your
Yeah.
serve,
Yes,
stick in
you're
a flick
not-
or two and just get yourself in the rally.
Just also, it's one or two flicks that even if the opposing player is able to say hit a winner off it, even at
Yeah.
least gets them thinking about the flick, and therefore it just frees up a little bit of space at the front, so that your short serve there isn't under as much pressure as
Yeah.
it would be normally.
Yeah. Again, we see another service error.
Yes, I think I definitely think it's the BPL factor. A lot of pressure on this because
Interesting flick.
it was a good flick
Yeah,
though. Worked
good
out.
Good decision.
Again, just that quite a variety of serving here we're seeing in this than we would otherwise. Again, I always feel that the Raptors, they'll make a really good play. They'll outplay their opponents, and then the next rally they'll make a silly unforced error and stick it in
Yeah.
the net or something. Give all the good work right back.
Yeah, it's just about keeping that consistency when
Yeah.
when they're doing well.
Mhm.
They're doing well in the rallies. Just keep that consistency up.
Yep. Agreed. So, a little bit of a lead here developing for the Spartans. We'll see if they're able to capitalize, and that's one more point in the lead. So, big decision for the Spartans. Will we use their power play here to give them the best chance to seal out this match, or do you think that they'll save it in the? Yeah. So actually, if I was the Raptors, I would probably use my power play here.
Yeah, well, you see, they have two, and
exactly.
they've got one. They will have one still remaining then for if it goes to a final game.
Yes, exactly.
So they really should use it.
They should have used that last point. Yes.
Yeah.
Because the thing is now that
They've got a 3-point deficit now, so 2 is still not going to take them level or in the lead.
Yeah.
So I would have thought they would have used it when they had the chance.
I also say because if the Spartans player in the last point had the opportunity to use their power play, which made a game point for them. So I think tactically they probably should have used their power play on that point.
Well, they have 2 in the 5th now, but they can only use 1.
They can only use 1 per
Yeah,
game, so
you're
that's
right,
why they
of course,
effectively have a power
Yeah.
play in the bank that they cannot now take advantage of.
Yeah, it's surprising.
I think it's just, especially maybe if you have, because I suppose that most players are not used to playing this sort of format.
No,
as it's
no.
still the BPL, especially if players are new
Yeah.
to the BPL format.
Yeah, although the Badminton World Federation tried to bring the 5 to 11 in, but it was, in my opinion, it was lucky it was voted no in in a large vote setting that it
So you
had.
maybe
So
think in
it was tested at a few events, junior events, and
Mhm.
a couple of international events, and it didn't go through. They were trying to again give that like fast feel to the game,
Yes.
spectators, but it wasn't a good idea for the athletes.
Yeah.
So they opted against it.
Yeah, 'cause I can understand. I think in this style, I think it's more anybody's game. So I think
Yeah.
from a viewer perspective,
Yeah.
this is a very good format. However, I think from the best of 3, 2 sets up to 21, I think that with that setup, I think the better player is more likely to win.
Yeah, I think
Does that make
so.
sense?
But I think it gives the underdog that chance
Yes.
more so than a game 3 to 21.
Yeah, exactly. So I think
You've got
that's
your
why-
power play. You've got if your opponent's making unforced errors. Like we've seen a few upsets this evening, in especially that men's doubles earlier.
Yes.
So it just goes to show like the underdog can be suited to this format.
Yeah. So I think a lot of the good players or better players, I think, in the tournaments maybe got together and thought, guys, we don't want this. We've worked hard to get to where we are. We can't have some guy just having a hot day and to beat us. We want to give ourselves a chance. I think they had some similar debates in the tennis to do with the majors. So I think your likes of your Murray's and Djokovic's with who are typically the better players on tour, but also they know that they can grind most people down. They were very much against the possibility of bringing best of 3 sets into the majors. They wanted to keep it 5 just so that if somebody came out playing really hot, if they lost the first set or 2, then they would still have the opportunity to come back.
Okay.
So I think it's that sort of thing is universal across all sports. This sort of debate. So we got 4-3 Spartans.
Just drifting wide that one.
There we go, 4-all. Anyone's game. 2-all.
See, there's that
4-all.
close-footed.
That serve,
technique
you were
she has
talking
when
about.
serving, yeah,
So we get to see it again. We might not get to see it again here.
Something I haven't seen before.
It is, yeah. Normally you'd
She's got a very, very sort of routine setup for her serve. She goes racket, shuttle, serve. It's very kind of old school but effective way of serving. You know, it's the same every time.
Yes.
It's not changing. And she's been serving well like that. So it's
Well,
interesting, something I haven't seen before.
Yeah, from a coaching perspective, that's something that you would actually encourage a lot of younger players.
Yeah,
and players
just
that I suppose players of all ability to do have something
just
like
get that routine for serving and most importantly, just relax when you're serving.
yeah.
Don't have any tension. Don't be thinking too much about the serve.
Yep.
Similar, we were talking about the golf a bit. Similar when you're putting in golf.
Yep.
Just got to feel it. Just got to put it right place every time.
Yeah, because
Not think about it too much.
I'm sure everyone has their favorite golfer and knows quite well will know that the routine is very similar.
Yeah.
We've got like Jason Day who like closes his eyes and visualizes the shot
Yeah,
before he
a
plays
lot of
it.
different kind of traits.
Yeah, and then you've got your more flamboyant, maybe Keegan Bradley, who
Yeah.
like dances and spins his club about 10 times.
We'll see that even in the pro badminton. A lot of people have these kind of things that they do.
Routines, yeah.
These routines, these rituals, as you call them in the coaching world, rituals before they serve. But
just get your mind right, get your body,
get your mindset before
muscle
you
memory.
serve,
You're ready. Your body knows what it's going to do.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yep. So here we got 7-6. This is still tight.
Yeah, tight. A lot of tight five game matches this evening.
Yep. It's great. Again, it's this every BPL we see this.
Oh,
the net cord actually going against them there.
And a huge bomb
Yeah.
between them there from Callum Thomas.
Yeah, I actually thought that net cord was going to hamper their chances there, but the lift from Vicky just not as deep as I thought it was going to be. Adam a little bit slow with his footwork there. Great.
Nice
Great
block off the hip.
though.
Yeah.
To get that reversed.
Yeah.
Net cord.
Yeah, he's set up well on the line there to cover that. That's the dangerous one when we're lifting out wide. Doubles mix is really just to cover that line.
Yep.
It's the shortest distance the shuttle has to travel, so we've got to make sure it's covered.
Great shot there. Again to that attacking that hip.
Good rally. Oh,
Looked like it was wide.
Interesting to see how he calls this one.
Yeah, I definitely thought that was wide. I think
Just
that was
wide.
a good call, yeah.
But she was right. It was a good decision to hit the line there because Adam was in from the line. He didn't have the line properly
the space
covered.
was there.
It was. Yeah, it was. So I like the idea. Vicky's in.
Vicky was going for she was going for a drink midpoint there. Oh, it was great. Deception shot
Great
there.
rally.
Oh my goodness.
Unforced
Sadly,
error from Callum.
sadly was decided by the unforced error. However, I think that was a great rally by all
Great rally,
there.
yeah.
Everyone was working back and forth, back and forth. No one really could have called that
No.
one. So, yeah. Unfortunately, it ended with the unforced error. However, I think that's... so just to go back quickly. So it's maxi match point because of the power play.
Oh.
Really good serve.
Great serve.
Pressure from Vicky. Oh, and it's landed in.
Finds the back line
There
with that
you
one.
go. So actually, Raptors would have really been looking to win that one to bring it to 4-all
'All
to go into the final.
Yeah, it would have been exciting.
Yeah, so again,
Yeah, again.
the Raptors' 2 power plays didn't use a single one of them.
Yeah.
My goodness, I definitely think that that's. I know we've talked about it a lot just because it makes such a big difference.
Yeah.
If
That's
I
a first for me in the BPL. I haven't seen anybody not.
Yeah, not use them at all.
When it's gone to a 5th game.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen.
not used
I
any.
don't think I've ever seen that happen before.
Yeah, I would probably. I think from a team's perspective, if you I don't know if there's a team coach or a leader, I would definitely be having conversations around looking at possible, making sure that players know what times during the match that the power players are most effective, or when you should be thinking about using them. Again, it's great. It's easy for us to sit here and say it, but I think that's something that the players should be figuring out prior to going into the matches.
Absolutely,
that makes
yeah.
sense. So again, we'll just switch.
So we're probably on our final round, on our 9th match in all of these ties. So it's all mixed left. Only probably a couple of matches to go, I think.
Okay, so I think we should switch to court 2 here, just because that's the one it's in the 3rd set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So last 2 games on court here.
Have a look here. Oh, again the 7-1 again. I'm sure the other teams in the BPL will be rooting on the Panthers here just to take that extra point off the Mavericks, just to give them a chance going into the finals night of the BPL. Ooh, backhand flick smash.
Backhand
from Willie.
Smash there, yeah. Not something we see often.
It is not. It is generally not a good idea because you're out of
Something,
position. With the backhand, you can't get as much power.
Yeah.
Though, using the power play here from the Mavericks, trying to get to 9, just to leapfrog the Panthers here. To go, both players, really, this would be a very important game actually, because whoever wins this one goes 2-1 up, with a big advantage going into this match. Again, the 3rd game, it's very pivotal in this in no matter what stage the match is at.
Yeah.
It's generally the 3rd game kind of
It's definitely when players should probably be using their power play.
Yeah,
I think one of them if they have to.
Definitely. Yep. I could say use the. There's always times to use the power play, but yes, I definitely think that you should be using a power play.
There's that backhand smash again from
He loves it. It's just so unorthodox. Like it's not you. Not
reminds me of Indonesian legend Taufik Hidayat.
Hidayat
Backhand smash.
He really made that popular in singles.
Hitting backhand smashes of up to 200 kilometers an hour.
Yeah,
like,
which is just absolutely crazy.
Ridiculous.
Like the technique that you would need to do that.
He's on the Yonex Legends tour now.
Oh, I'd say so.
Yes,
that guy is a absolute legend. Just personality-wise, the way he played. Just played so gung-ho.
Yeah.
So he really, again, he can hit it really hard, the backhand smash, but mostly the backhand clip smash when used. It's more to catch them off guard because they're not expecting it. Because so few players can actually hit that well.
Yeah. Just requires a lot of forearm power.
Timing,
Yeah. Finger power.
It's forehand smash seems to be the problem with
Willie,
you know? He's had 2 winners off the backhand, but he got
mistakes there on the
which is normally the player's stronger side.
Yeah.
So again, that's actually a good one point actually about this being the last round. So this is actually the last match in this head-to-head.
John Ammond and Dawn Carter taking that one, 11-8.
Okay, just while they switch sides, we'll have a quick peek at the forecourt because I think it's just conscious that a lot of. So, okay, there's another one left in that Spartans Raptors one. So yeah, we're
just 2 matches left this evening. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we're on the right tracks here.
Yeah.
So
generally you would see John Ammon playing with his wife Laura Hennessy, but obviously she's out at the moment on baby duties. Baby duties, as a lot of our female badminton players were this season.
Just they hit that edge.
Hopefully we'll see her back on court soon.
Yes, hopefully all goes well. and we will have a future player for the BPL
Yes.
on the roster again.
John would be more of a mixed player,
Mhm.
good mixed player, and has been playing mixed with Laura a long time.
Yeah.
So definitely his game. As we see
Ooh, there you go.
that little
Yeah,
kind
that-
of clever shot from John, just
Definitely.
unconventionally hitting it cross court, but saw the space, turned it into the space. So
Yep.
nice shot.
No, it's well played. Well played. Ooh, a little bit of
Just
unforced there. I
unforced
think
there.
that cross-court shot, I suppose in this match, we've seen a little more, I suppose, traditional mixed play where like
Yeah.
the mid-court, a lot of mid-court play. I feel in
Yeah.
the other matches that we've watched, it's been almost like a level doubles.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the ladies seem to be very strong. So
Yes, I think it's more and
um,
more the case that the ladies are becoming so strong, especially in their defense, that they're confident enough to happily lift up to the
Yeah.
man, and they're able to
and
do
take that
switch-
straight smash on.
Take the straight shot. They're able to play. They'll use the pace, switch the direction, and actually be dangerous.
Obviously, conventionally, when we're talking about mix, we're looking at getting the guy on the straight smash from the
Yeah.
male on the far side a
Yeah.
lot of the time. Look, that's why we're looking for that lady to lift cross a lot. If she needs to lift
Yeah.
cross, she's lifting cross to get that pressure away from her.
Yes.
So,
Did you
I-
use a little bit more time to see it?
yeah, just a bit more time. Shuttle takes longer time, obviously, to travel cross court than
Yeah.
does straight.
Yes.
So,
And by the time it reaches you,
those
it's a little
high cross
slower.
court
Yeah.
lifts and looking for the guy to take
Yeah.
on the straight.
Ah,
one then.
good stuff.
So, 3-all here.
Yep. Great.
And nice from
Almost
Nasty
got
on the
lucky.
net
Yeah,
there.
I've seen a couple times where the players got lucky. It hits off their racket,
Yeah.
goes over. That's a few YouTube clips
Few of those.
on the tiptoes actually there for the
Yeah.
serve. But
Seamus helping umpiring this one again.
Seamus indeed, he's
Yeah, he's
putting in the work, putting in the hours.
yeah, and a great thing about Seamus, you can hear the score from him no matter where you are in the hall.
Yeah, I feel like the glass.
Yeah.
We can hear him through the glass
Yeah,
here in the
he's
commentary booth.
coming through up from the hall upstairs here.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Yeah. So
So here we go, 5-4. Small again. That clip smash. It's probably one of the best clip smashes I've seen from the backhand side. Certainly tonight.
just pushing that out there at the front. 5-all is a close one.
It is indeed. It was interesting to see when, if see Pembroke. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a power play from Pembroke this game,
Yeah.
because they're 2 sets to 1 up. However, I do think that we'll soon be seeing
Good
the
power from John there.
power play from the Mar. Yeah, well set up. You
Yeah.
know, it's easy to put a smash away when you're almost at the net
Yeah.
already. But again, that was set up by good play during the rally.
Yeah.
Oh, that serve.
That's an interesting.
That was
one.
high and
Yeah,
wide.
yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely think that, I don't know if maybe Willie was in 2 minds, because it looked to be like it might be going out.
Yeah, again, that wide serve from right to left there, very dangerous. You're leaving your backhand very
Mhm.
exposed.
Yes, another wide serve, creating the angles. John,
Again, John find that space on the cross court turn nicely down into the court.
as you pointed out before we even started watching, you knew this player is the very good mixed player, knows where to find the space. Willie almost falling over there with that footwork. He should have went for the backhand
yeah,
smash.
a lot of the time, very rushed, trying to hit hard all the time.
Yeah, I think
He-
his mistake was trying to hit the
Yeah.
overhead. He should have just walked to it a little bit slower and hit the backhand smash.
Yeah.
It worked for him so well thus far tonight.
Power play here again at that 9-point lead.
Yeah, just
using the
trying
power
to
play.
I think it's a good
Seal
thing.
this
Just trying to seal
game.
the
Yeah,
deal right now.
Again, there. See that turn from John, just looking
John.
for that space on the
Yeah,
turn.
you called it.
Really clever
It's-
player.
Just find the space, redirecting the power that's coming their direction. So there we go. So that'll be a 7-2 finish for the match of the Mavericks against Pembroke. Suppose
As
7.
we see Dave Murphy coming on court here to wrap up the evening, I think.
There we go. The man himself.
The legend.
So, legend himself.
BPL and Dublin District League legend.
Indeed. Indeed. So I believe that is our night's entertainment concluded. Well, Craig, it's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure, Brian, and hopefully we can join you again for the
Indeed,
finals.
indeed.
Remember,
Hope-
10th of May for the finals, Friday 10th of May. So make
Yes.
sure you come down or get the stream if you have it available.
Exactly.
To
I
you.
don't know if we mentioned it in the stream yet, but 10th of May, if for the BPL finalists. So thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend, and well, see you later.
Thanks.
Thank
See
you.
you guys.
So, just turning out. There we go. Thank you very much.